New York motherfucking dolls, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I am Ron Bennington. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. I just want to say I think Meryl Streep is probably the most overrated actress in America. Really? Accent? And then you move on. I've had it. I've had it. That was from the Big Golden Globes last night. I wish we could get a statement out of Mr. Vince Vaughn, who appeared to be glaring at Meryl Streep during her anti-Trump.
Yeah.
While a kind of confused-looking Mel Gibson was behind him.
Yeah, I noticed that. Like, he had like a perplexed look, not necessarily disagreement.
It's like when a dog sees someone playing a ukulele.
How?
Yeah. How do their paws work like that? So Mel wasn't taking the kind of heat on Twitter, but Vince, he appeared to be. Maybe he was just listening intently, but it seemed like he was fucking stewing. It's like if someone's father-in-law starts to fucking talk shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're just like, I'm trying not to fucking tear the family apart, but
last night I was very conscious of everyone's reaction shots. Like, you have to be as though you're on camera the entire time.
Terrible. You
can't look bored. You can't look overly excited. You just have to look polite and like in polite enjoyment, or else everyone's like, what was she thinking? Oh my God, did she roll her eyes when she was giving that acceptance speech?
Yeah, you got to make sure you're not like, Jimmy Fallon's funny. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be overly happy.
You
like,
can't be the like biggest laugher in the room.
Unless it's the uncomfortable laugh.
Right, but you also can't be the one with your arms crossed, not having fun either.
Right.
Don't be a jerk.
Like, if they say shit about you, you have to learn how to hold your face.
Yeah.
Like, I hate, like, when they're doing stuff and then they, like, by the way, it seemed to be like Jimmy Fallon stole a lot from Big A, the insult comic.
I agree.
Because he's like, I see that Matt Damon is here tonight. And I'm like, oh, here comes the shot.
Yeah, not only ripping off his style, but like even his cadence, which really bothered me.
That stutter step that that works out so amazing. But, you know, I can't, well, I guess I do believe that Trump would answer back Meryl Streep.
Yeah, I knew that I knew he couldn't resist. And I was waiting for it all last night. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I bet it's going to be an early morning tweet. That's usually his thing. And it was. He can't resist.
Well, here's the thing. We know he wasn't watching, or it would have fucking happened in real time.
Exactly.
But, you know, the presidential thing would be like, well, who cares what an actress has to say? We're going to make America great again. Or, I understand that Miss Streep is still upset from the election, but we're all going to benefit. She'll see. We'll win over everybody. You know, whatever. But just to call her overrated. And, you know, he's basically saying, did she bring up the time that she gave head to Jack Nicholson in the trailer, or did she leave that out? I didn't know. I didn't say it. You know what I mean? But the Globes is, well, first of all, it's stupid. It's not a great awards show. If you happen to be foreign, you're going to win. Like the French film, the French actress, who now I'd fucking desperately want to see this crazy film. Oh.
You know, did you recognize who she was?
Yes.
I love her.
Yeah. Well, I only know her from one American film.
Yeah, me too.
But the way the director was acting, like something terrible and sick takes place in this film. Like, tell me more. You're not going to like this film very much. She does some horrible things. There's ass play. But, you know, those awards don't matter that much. I mean, it's the foreign press. It's not anything that we would normally. I don't even think it's English press when they say foreign press.
No, it's like deeply foreign.
Yeah, foreign language. It's like when someone from Czechoslovakia thinks that Atlanta's a good show. That's a nice thing, but it's not the most important thing. All right. So wait. Let's see. Tommy in LA has a question for us. Hey, Tommy, what's up, buddy?
Hey, did I tell you this is Tommy Jonigan?
Hey, they don't write that down. They don't write down Tommy Jonigan. What's up, buddy?
Nothing. I have a question on this Meryl Streep thing. The first time they cut to the audience, there was a woman who is giving her a death stare, not clapping, in the front row, and I don't know who she is, but she's in the front, and she's sitting next to one of the Big Bang nerds.
All right, this would have had to been at the very beginning of her speech?
No, it's like at the part when she says, she like calls upon the press. It's kind of at like the midway point of the speech there where she's like, it's time for the press to do our job. And they cut to this big audience applause, and she's like the only person not clapping and just staring down Meryl Streep.
First of all, I already love her just for being different. I like when someone, I mean, it would be kind of funny if someone was just playing with a hand puppet or something, like I'm bored or on their phone. But
just giving the Gabby sign.
But Tommy, what did you think of the Vince Vaughn glare?
I thought it was at a point in the speech where I felt like it wasn't. He's getting the internet Twitter shit where I was like, I don't even think that was the moment that he would have been staring her down because he hated the message. I think it was like at the end of it, and he was just like, oh yeah, this is over now.
See, for me, I hate when anyone ever acts like a speech is important. You know what I mean? And they do that with these kind of speeches anyway. Right. So like Vince is like, maybe I can learn something about acting. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's been a long time since Swingers. I mean, Party Crashers was fucking great, but 2005, you know?
Yeah. He was just sitting there thinking, if I never met Jon Favreau, I would be waiting tables here.
Right. You know, you can't find it, Chris?
The internet's very slow here. All computers in Sirius say it's still buffering.
Well,
YouTube video.
It's cold.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So we lose everything when it's cold.
There's satellites, but this doesn't work.
Yeah, those things always get to me because I hate it. Who was the lady who set her up? Viola
Davis.
Oh, yeah.
That went on too long.
Yeah.
And it was too much about Viola Davis.
I had to walk away. I get like sometimes when something's a little uncomfortable for me. Like, I'll just come back for Meryl.
I did love the fact that when they were cutting the audience, you got to think that this is a room full of actors, and then you put a camera in front of their face. No matter if they give a shit or not, they're like, this is my moment to cry.
Right. I got to let some fucking tears go here.
Like, Viggo Mortensen, I was like, I feel like he's not even listening. He's just thinking about a dog that died when he was 7.
Yeah.
He's using some like Meisner technique shit.
He found that spot that he needed to be in. Well, I mean, to me, always the funniest thing about it is you really do get the president's attention now. Like, we never could get any president's attention. And now anyone could tweet, and the president could answer them back at any moment. All right, Tommy, good to talk to you, buddy.
Okay, have a good day.
All right, peace. That's the great Tommy John again, one of the funniest human beings on the planet.
The other big reaction from the audience was during what is his name? Tom Hiddleston?
Loki.
Yeah. So
that was Loki.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was when he started to go into a thing about his work in Sudan, and they started to cut to people in the audience, and you could see like people were trying to figure out how to react to it. Like, I believe there was like a moment of Christian Slater just looking like, what is he saying? Like,
Christian Slater.
Is he patting himself on the back or?
Let me tell you, Christian Slater, who had his bad boy years, I would have given him the Paying Attention Award last night because no matter.
Here's the shot of him.
Yeah, he was contemplating.
A very pensive Christian Slater.
They also went to the stranger kids table while he was talking about AIDS. So, like, I heard AIDS, and then they just saw the 4 kids just, like, bored out of their mind.
First of all, they didn't talk about AIDS even once. There's not an AIDS problem in the Sudan. It's war. Now, they went to him because he said children. So they went to the only children that they had. It's just like if they talk about any black thing, they shoot to every black face they have.
Get all of them.
It's like at some point, like, white people may also care.
Nope.
About this. It may be of interest.
They're like, let's get this really solid black reaction right now. Also, they cut to Naomi Harris, who's from Moonlight, during that speech, and a lot of people are saying that she gave kind of like a side eye because the phrase that everyone is using right now is the white savior complex, where it's like, I went to Sudan and I was a savior. So they are saying, and again, you don't know what people are thinking. Maybe she was thinking it was lame or whatever. She was giving him side eye, but the shot really looks like she was like, I don't know about that.
Look, here's what he said. Here's what Loki said. I went to the Sudan. I was enjoying a dirty beer at 6 o'clock. You got to be inside at 6 o'clock. And these doctors came over and told me how much they love The Night Manager, a show no one in America has really watched because it's on one of the weird channels.
Yeah.
What channel is it on?
I don't even know what channel it's on.
I think it's on R47. You know what I mean? Like, it's on this weird thing. I watched the first episode and I'm like, I can't watch a show about gun running. I don't know what the fuck is going on here in the night. Or why he has a hotel or something.
It's like War Dogs?
So, I mean, his fucking thing made no sense.
Yeah.
It made no sense. Loki was talking fucking crazy. And
Loki went loco.
House from the same show stole Meryl Streep's big opening.
I know, he did.
He must have felt like a dick when she had the same opening.
I know, he was like, she just did 10 minutes on it.
See, here's the deal. In fucking stand-up, right? Because I had a club. If you have a bit, and you're the opening act, and you have a bit about puppy dogs, and the fucking closing act has a bit, the headliner has a bit about puppy dogs, the opener drops you just can't do it. You can't do your thing.
Right.
Even though it's not the same material, done. You can't do it. That was the old school fucking way. Hey, we have a headliner here. House, who's won a couple Emmys, is not Meryl Streep's fucking, he just isn't. Mm-hmm. He knows that. He should have fucking checked around. Hey, anybody else got this bit before I do it? Check with Meryl. I hope I'm not stepping on anything of yours. And that was literally word for word. Yeah. Like they had the same fucking gag writer.
Like she should have said, it's interesting what House was saying earlier. It had me thinking.
Yeah.
I really want to take what he said, but really break it down.
Here's always my most annoying thing that anybody does at an award show. Charlie Chaplin once said, look, dude, if we won a fucking Charlie Chaplin, we would have booked him, okay? Stop. You come in with your own shit. Stop trying to get a pop off a fucking Charlie Chaplin quote. Now, Jimmy Fallon shit the bed. No offense to him, but you got to be able to fucking move when your monitor goes down.
Yeah.
You tweeted something important.
I did. I tweeted, this is why you need at Q Card Wally. Wally the Q Card guy,
right,
who specifically said that people, oftentimes don't go with it. He said Seth doesn't go with a teleprompter because they
Neither
break.
does Jimmy. Jimmy uses
really?
Wally. Yeah, he uses Wally's company. Seth has known him for 20 years. Has been his Q Card guy since he broke in. But you get out to L.A., everything's got to be fucking up and running. And then Jimmy was left with his dick out and really didn't pull off the improv that he needed to do. I also wasn't crazy about the La La Land, fucking bit to start the show.
You didn't like it?
I feel like I've seen the singing, dancing, silly number since Billy Crystal. I think we need something different. I recommend car karaoke.
Oh, that's a great idea. Only problem is that's not Fallon's gimmick, but
I don't think you can say Corden owns being able to sing in a car. Me and my family were doing it on trips. Only we sung the song Pennsylvania. That was the song that we were it starts with Hang Jeff Davis from a sour apple tree. Which is right off the bat. We're killing Southerners as we drive around on our way to go fishing. Yeah, I just feel like I've seen that bit so many times.
Yeah, the big opening number and every
we're
parody.
in the movie
yeah.
and Billy, like I said, Billy Crystal, probably the 80s, but somebody even said MTV started before Billy Crystal, and he lifted it from them. The MTV Movie Awards did it first.
Really?
Yeah.
I found the woman that Tommy John was talking about.
Too bad Tommy hung up 10 minutes ago.
I know. Well, that's our fucking
Point at the woman.
right there. This one right there. Where she's not clapping, and she just looks pissed.
No, she's got great seats. Who else is there?
I don't recognize anyone else at that table.
So we got to be talking. You know what? It could be. They could be the foreign fucking journalist, and maybe she doesn't even speak English.
Possibly.
For all we know.
Yeah, she could just be like, what's everyone talking about?
But she didn't even attempt to lift her hands when everyone else at her table and around her was clapping.
She refused. Maybe she was just so intensely listening.
Sure. Yeah, they could be foreign press or maybe just producers. I don't know.
All right, Tim Knight said, I can't believe Trump's team hasn't taken away his Twitter. It's getting embarrassing. Look, Tim, we don't need another left-wing lunatic out there attacking our president. It's time you get behind the great New Yorker, the great and powerful New Yorker who's going to make America great again. America, if you'll just listen to New York, you will win too. You will be just like us and Trump. Here's what a lot of people are giving Jimmy heat for. They didn't think his Chris Rock impression landed.
I don't think it was the audience for it.
Right.
I think that could have worked in a different room, but for some reason they were not biting.
You think they were not familiar with Chris Rock?
No, it's not that. I think that they just weren't feeling the Chris Rock impression. I don't know. Maybe they thought it was like kind of...
Here's the other thing, though. He had just come out of his panic attack because his monitor wasn't, you know what I mean? And the first, when you try to pop back into material after that, it looks like a little nuts. Is that it? You got it?
These just tweets about it. I'm finding the impression now in the video.
Try going to the iBang. If you go there first, Chris, you'll be able to follow along with the show. I don't know what it is about these libtards and they want to attack Trump and his Twitter. I just want them to keep on doing it. All right. Tommy just wrote to us that the guy next to her is from Big Bang and was in one of the nominated movies. Oh, okay. I know. That could have been a table of the bad singing Meryl Streep movie, which, not to come to Trump's defense, but it was painful.
Yeah, that's all he had to bring up. He should have just wrote the title.
Did you see that movie?
No, I didn't. I saw...
I mean, the fact that she is a bad singer, but then it goes on so many times, it started to get a fucking headache. At a certain point, I couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, I get it. She's a bad singer.
Are you dying to see La La Land or La La Land?
I saw it, and I'll just say like this. I liked it the first time I saw it. What was called Everybody Says I Love You by Mr. Woody Allen. We get it. Non-singer singing. That's supposed to be interesting. I don't know why they couldn't fucking sing better once you get to that point. I saw this thing, I think it was on CBS Sunday Morning. They did a Debbie Reynolds tribute. When she got Singing in the Rain, right? She did not know how to dance. She had never danced before. And Gene Kelly fucking said, you got to come in and we're going to dance every day until you pick this up. I mean, when you watch it, she's an unbelievable dancer. Yeah. She's with two of the greatest dancers of all time. And she's holding her own. And she had never danced before.
That's fucking crazy.
This is like saying to somebody, all right, you're going to play second base at the Yankees. Jeter's going to fucking, you know what I mean? You're playing at a fucking an unbelievably high level. But these la-la people couldn't learn how to sing to be in a musical. So I didn't know whether the point was supposed to be, pretend that these are regular people like Woody Allen did.
Right.
And that thing where like, hey, this is what people sing like. Like when you go to karaoke. You're like, you're not really as good as a singer. And what are you doing now? The Chris Rock?
This is Fallon's Chris Rock impression.
But
Chris Rock said, a lot of great shows this year. People versus OJ gonna win. People gonna get up there and say, I couldn't have done it without Ryan Murphy. I couldn't have
let's
done
stop it for a bit. He's done better. I think he was a little panicked because his monitor was out.
He was a bit shaken, I think. And that led the audience to doing like maybe kind, soft laughter, but not really enjoying the
He's
moment.
not. I mean, Jimmy Fallon is a great impressionist. You can't get around that. But I just saw someone straightening their tie in our window. It's always funny. But that wasn't his best. All right, let's hear a little more.
And it crashed.
That's okay, Chris. You know what? You're like, see how you're all gritting your teeth?
Mm-hmm.
You're like Jimmy Fallon was when his monitor didn't work.
You're
Good point.
Now
so
you can
Jimmy.
understand.
No, you know what? I'm sorry I was so
Now
harsh
you
on
fucking
Fallon.
get it.
Fallon, apologize.
You just call him Fallon?
I call him Fallon, yeah.
You guys are close.
We're on a last name basis.
Rutgers Ken said, I laughed when he just kept it going like Chris would do. Well, it was a written bit. Tim Knight has apologized for being a libtard. You know what? Apology taken. But that's our president, and we do not talk about him, especially for the fruits and nuts that are in Hollyweird. I mean, you know what I'm saying, folks? I mean, we're just regular folk.
You know what? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, let's stop listening to the Hollywood elite. Start listening to the New York elite.
All right, so the iBang had actually followed a bunch of comedy tweets. I'm going to read some of them off. These are just comedians more or less ripping the show. 2 minutes into Jimmy Fallon sings and dances his way into making us forget that he helped elect a brainless racist fascist. Sam Morril, Donald Glover is dressed like he's trying to solve a murder at the senior prom. I don't remember the way he was dressed, but
It was he was dressed in that really like brown suit with the big brown bow tie.
yeah. All right, this first of all, Sam, that was fucking hilarious. Paul F. Tompkins, I feel like he's speaking for me with this tweet. Hey, T-Mobile, take that disgusting Fees Bugs commercial, have it melted, and then drink it. I hate that fucking commercial.
It keeps airing. Why? It's terrible.
Here's why you say it keeps airing. It's on constantly during football, or else we wouldn't know.
You're right.
So
It's disgusting.
It's the only fucking show that you can't fast forward, the NFL, and that fucking just words
it
crawling
makes-
around like bugs.
It makes my scalp itch every time I see it.
Amy Miller, O.J. Simpson turned a horrible tragedy into fun. Real Golden Globe speech. LOL. Thanks, dead lady. Kindler also attacks Jimmy Fallon's ability to do a sting. Jimmy just had a tough night.
Yeah,
It just wasn't his. All right, Judah Freelander. Just remember, all great art is about being judged and picking winners and losers. Theo Vaughn loved the subtle attempt to add people of color to the Globes by bronzing Ryan Reynolds. Can I tell you something? It's Ryan Reynolds' world right now. You can see that. People love the Ryan Reynolds. John Early, who we love. It's time to play another round of Is That Christian Slater's daughter or wife? Here's Judah again. Those anal and anus jokes, instead of saying annual on the Golden Globes, was rock solid and innovative. People were going, why did they make her do that? What's her name? Sofia Vergara. Look, she makes $17 million a year. No one should be able to make her fucking do stupid, can't speak English jokes. It's
Yeah.
up to her at this point.
I know.
I get it when you're coming into the game.
I mean, the same thing is, I can't remember what award show was it last year where they had her get up on a lazy Susan and like look at all of her curves or something. It was like a very uncomfortable moment. And everyone's like, how could they do that to her? And I'm like, well,
She likes it.
she did sign up for the bit. I mean, she saw the bit and she's like, you know what? That sounds great. I'm in.
Right now, that's as bad as the rating on Modern Family. Modern Family, if you watch it this year, is at the same places where The Simpsons is, where these bizarre, weird things happen that have nothing to do with the show that it used to be.
I have not watched it all this year. And I was a late joiner to Modern Family.
You're a 7:00 at night watcher.
Yeah. And I, watched like all the reruns. I mean, I feel like I've caught up at this point. I can't think of an episode. Like, I haven't seen a new episode in a long time. I haven't been watching this new season because I watched like 2 episodes and I thought they were so weird.
Yeah, they're very weird.
And the kids are weird. And it doesn't make sense.
Well, what it is now is this was like a little show about a family and how they get along with each other. And now it is about 17 lead roles where everybody needs a joke. You know what I mean? Like when you would watch the early days, not everybody had to have a joke, nor was it just about being the funniest jokes. It was about, isn't it difficult to be in a big extended family, particularly when the old man has a gay son, he hasn't quite, he's doing his best, but he's still stuck all those kind of things out the fucking window. And it's just Family Guy. Just bam, 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 bam.
That, and also all the kids are adults, so every one of them has like a dating or a sex-related storyline because they're all older now, so it's just kind of weird. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, they got to get, baby Joe in on it.
Yes, there's 18 leads.
Once you get a baby Joe on any show, you're in trouble.
I don't know. I always think that when you bring a new child onto a show 7 years in, it helps it. You know what I mean? It worked for the Brady Bunch.
Family Ties, I think.
They've tried it so many times.
Didn't he get like a little brother who was like a fully... Like, it wasn't even like a baby. All of a sudden, there was just like a toddler in the house, and he was like his mini-me. Yeah, I can't even remember the name of the kid, but I just know Family Ties had like a mini-me a couple seasons in.
Yeah, he tried to be like his big brother.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we got Leonardo DiCaprio, though, because Growing Pains needed to keep young face.
And those episodes really just flew by. I mean, they were just great. I'm sorry. When he was a little kid, he wasn't Leo yet. You know what I mean? Like, he got to that point.
Yeah.
But just because you put a baby Marlon Brando on the show doesn't mean it's going to be better. Hey, I'm going to be out at Caroline's tomorrow night. What's the name of that show?
Hindsight. It's happening at 7:30 p.m.
So I got to do a story on stage. I have either a drug story or an early internet catfish story. So your buddies are hosting the show, Gail?
Yeah, Billy Princell and Dan Perlman are hosting, and I believe also, I think Dave Hill is on the show.
He's on the show. And then you go to carolines.com, and for free tickets, you put in the code HAD to be there. Had to be there.
All right, well, let's try to get that on our Twitter, too. So you just go to the carolines.com, and if you put that thing, you get free tickets.
Free tickets. Had to be there is the code.
Had to be there. Had to be there. By the way, with the Donald Glover, do you know that he made his bones at the creek in the cave?
Yeah.
So I called down to the central office last night, the central Twitter office, and I sent out a tweet congratulating them because that wasn't that many years ago.
Yeah.
Donald Glover is doing, his first sets at that club, and now look at him.
Yeah. Big Golden Globe winner.
Multiple Golden Globe winner.
And the show's fantastic. You haven't seen it yet.
I have. I found a site. I'm streaming it.
You're stealing.
No, I'm not. I didn't download it. It's a streaming site.
So that's not stealing if it's streaming?
That's what I was told by my boyfriend when I said this is stealing.
If the app is associated with the channel, not stealing.
Yes, that's what he claims.
All right. Then it's not stealing.
And I believe him.
Are there commercials in front or behind it? That's almost stealing.
Yeah, it sounds like you're stealing.
Like thievery.
I'm halfway through
He lied to me.
And because I kind of missed it, but I think it's just I think it's unbelievable.
It's really
good. And I don't know his career that much because I didn't watch Community, but he really talks like that.
Yeah.
he really talks. All right, that's why fucking Sam Morril's fucking line is hilarious.
Yeah.
And he just added solving a crime. There was no reason to add solve a crime. He could have just said it to prom. All right, so one more time on that Caroline's thing.
Go to carolines.com. It's Hindsight, hosted by Billy Princell and Dan Perlman. Ron Bennington is part of the show. And you go to carolines.com.
You struggle with my fucking name.
I just want to make sure I say it correctly.
And the name of the show.
It's the name of the show you work on.
The code is had to be there for free tickets tomorrow night, 7:30, Caroline's.
All right, let me help you with this. When you're interrupted in the place of a plug, and we did interrupt you,
Yes.
don't pick up where you left off. You have to reboot the thing because it doesn't make sense to just go, and the code is, after 10 minutes. And it was all our fault, Chris. You're doing a fucking bang-up job. Louis J. Gomez and Dave Smith are going to be here at 2 o'clock, and Louis J. Gomez is going to announce his engagement,
Whoa.
which I should have probably let him say.
Sounds like just announced it.
But he is. As you know, he said he's going to make a big announcement, and that's what the word is. I'm going to ask this question because I did not understand it when I saw it, but why is the picture of the ham trending? They claim that this ham is what? Fuzzy?
Yeah, it's being debated whether or not it's like fake. It's very strange. I think Vito sent this in.
It's the debate is that the ham looks blurry. It looks like a blurry photo, but yet nothing else in the photo is blurry except for the ham.
Now, what makes anyone think that ham looks blurry?
Oh, yeah. It does to me. It looks like,
It does look a little blurry.
like almost like I had crossed my eyes and I'm looking at it.
Really?
Yeah, it looks really blurry to me. And then the plate looks sharp and the table looks sharp.
But that's what ham looks like.
But
the blurriness is like what I call ham veins.
ham veins.
Now, by the way, you notice that
veins.
Chris lied and said people think the ham is fake?
Why
Now, why say it?
Why did you get it?
That's why I bailed out, said it was Vito's.
This is why Vito catches you being a dick so much, and why Vito has pwned you in 2017.
Don't worry. It's a
pwned you.
marathon, not a foot race, Ron.
Huh?
Sprint would be the...
Marathon is a foot race.
Oh, shit!
Oh, fuck
He
you.
got you again!
Fuck this.
He got you
You're
again!
having a terrible year. Oh, my
It's only
God.
10 days in. 9.
All right, so do you think it looks blurry, Vito?
Yeah, I think the ham looks completely blurry, and it's weird because you can see like the details in the wood stains.
Yeah, it's giving me a headache, actually.
There is different details in wood stain than there is in a ham. That is what ham looks like.
It doesn't
Has no one ever had a lunch meat before?
I love lunch
That's what ham is.
I'm used to the ham veins, like you said, but I'm not used to them looking like that. Like it really screws with your eyes, and it feels like you're looking at a picture that was just like shaken.
Don't get it. I am not seeing this at all.
What if this is just ridiculously thinly sliced ham?
Well, first of all, it's the only way to buy ham. If they don't fucking thinly slice it, they're going to see some ham stuck to the wall. Because I will take your thick fucking ham. And if you don't have the time to slice it correctly, I'm going to find myself a new butcher.
He's a butcher.
I'm not going to be here at a butcher shop that doesn't thinly. I say I want it so fucking thin that you cut your finger on it. That's how fucking thin I want my ham. So that's not ridiculously sliced, Chris. That's perfectly sliced.
So what if this is a perfectly sliced piece of ham? So perfectly sliced that it's almost translucent, and we're seeing the other piece of ham underneath it, thus making it look fuzzy. I feel like that's the answer.
Well, first of all, if you can see through the ham, I don't think.
I'm saying that's a possibility.
You're able to at least see light and shadow through a very thin
So you're seeing
sliced
the other
ham.
You're seeing the other
But
ham veins underneath.
that would say
Ham
that there was
veins.
only 2 pieces of ham instead of, it looks like to me to be somewhere, I'm going to say about a 1/3 pound of ham that's lined
Sounds
up.
about right.
I think the ham just got shaken when they were taking the picture.
But then
Why would the ham be shaken? It's not a liquid.
No, like they threw the ham down and like they took a picture because like
They're
you
not
see
going to throw the ham down and then take a picture. It's not, by the time you threw it down, right? The amount of quivering ham, it's not going to be a minute.
It's not gelatinous.
What if you but like somebody takes a picture of your face and you turn your head and like the face is blurry but nothing else is?
Sure.
Ham.
No, not ham. You can't just say ham after that.
No, it's bullshit.
Ham.
It's fucking sliced ham that's translucent.
All right, now Fez agrees with me that is the Florence Forrest Jenkins table. So that is somebody that was at Meryl Streep's table.
So maybe she's just intensely listening.
She was angry.
All right, Uber once just sent me a thing that they'd like to know where I am all the time.
Okay. That's not right.
Too much. That is not okay.
No, and there was no way to get out of it other than write continue. I'm fucking dropping my Uber today.
I barely use Uber anymore.
I never use
Dude,
it.
can I tell you something?
Yeah.
When they picked me up this morning, they picked me up down the block. They were at the wrong address.
What?
Yeah. It was a fucking nightmare.
Did you drop the pin?
Huh?
Did you drop the pin? Sometimes the
They
pin.
drop the fucking pin like fucking whoremasters. I'm the same place I am every day.
Look, use Lyft, use Get out of this Uber thing.
I used a Lyft today.
Juno.
You like it better?
I do.
They treat the drivers better.
Although I'm not gonna lie, I had a bad experience with a fare hike that went real wrong. I can't even discuss it because I just said yeah, sure. I didn't really look at how much the fare hike was, and I spent a preposterous amount of money on a cab. Like it was so bad that
Then
I
why do you
wanted
still
to
have
cry.
it? Why do you
I was
still
just
have
like-
it? I'm furious right now.
I just got home and I was sitting on the couch and I was like, there's no way to get out of this.
Oh,
I
God.
remembered the thing. I'm just going to say it. I took a cab from Penn Station to home because I was coming back from the train from Philly late at night. I see, oh, there's an increase. I'm like, whatever. I need to hurry up, get in this car. I get home $115.
No!
$115.
And you still have them?
I haven't used them since. Oh, yeah. I used them for the first time today.
And what did you pay? $79 to fucking come?
No, because there wasn't a fare hike. But I just said, yeah. But then I looked back. I read it over a million
fucking
times.
furious
It
right
had
now.
said 200%
Jesus!
fare increase. And I didn't
Dude,
even look.
While you're yelling Jesus, you're the fucking Lyft fucking pimp around here.
You
who went around
you
trying to
hooked
sign
me up
everybody
with
up
Lyft.
for
I would have
fucking
even
Lyft.
had it. And you know what? Vito had to set me up with Get.
Gets
Because they don't have fare hikes, and that's why.
Ever.
Yeah, but you get in cars with other people,
No.
right?
Get is the one where they just give you the price straight up. Like they tell you you're going to pay $30, whether you don't hit traffic or you do.
And the only reason I didn't use
That's bullshit.
Get, the only reason I didn't use Get today was like 11-minute wait on that, and Lyft was like had to drive really 3 minutes away.
Even though they give you the price straight up, it's always like a good. It's always the normal range.
It's all I use now.
I like Juno though.
But like I still at random, since that happened to me, like I'll just randomly think about that $115, which was more money than my train back from Philly.
Was it New Year's?
No, it wasn't. It was just like a random weekday night.
All right, John emailed, can't wait for you guys to talk football and the Giants prison rape by my wife's Packers. And then he writes, go Pats. First of all, if you're talking about your wife's Packer, you sound like a cuck. Two, first of all, I have no love for the Giants, but they fucking were running that game in the first quarter, and they just fucking they couldn't catch the ball.
No, not Odell, not Shepard, not Cruz. It was a fucking clusterfuck, and then this game was over with that Hail Mary. That was it. That was over. We could have all fucking turned it off.
First of all, I don't know why you say that, because the Giants came back. They were down by a fucking point. They were in the game, and then they lost it then. I was watching it because they have me on a text thing with the Giants fans, right?
Yeah.
They had given up on their team so early. These fucking New York fans, they expect everything to be another Yankee fucking championship. That the second that something doesn't go for them, they're over, our team sucks, fucking waterhead quarterback, thug fucking receivers. I'm like, we're in the second fucking quarter. Relax. Chris, you are not a football fan, period. You even making that statement, that one play ended that fucking game. Because the Giants didn't fold, then they came back. And then they folded. And it shouldn't even have been that fucking close anyway. All right, David wants to bring up an over story. He says he's on the news. David, what's up, buddy?
Oh, hey, they're actually a very similar experience. Yeah, I got really upset about them charging me so much money that I tweeted them. And then a local newscaster saw my tweet, and I did an interview, and I appeared on the news. They charged me $271 with a 5 times multiplier.
Oh my god!
You should have tweeted.
I know. I
and
should have
got on the
tweeted.
fucking news.
I should have tweeted.
I'm actually furious about your story.
Oh, I was really upset.
Yeah, but you didn't do anything about it.
You can save money. Like, the whole reason I was trying to do it was complain and get leverage and get a refund, and then they didn't, and finally ended up giving me $75 back still didn't refund.
You could have got $75 back.
I probably could have. But the thing is, I felt like a dick because I said yes to a 200%.
You didn't know what
I didn't know.
saying.
I was coming out of the train. I felt like writing to them. You know, I just came from a funeral, you sick son of a bitch. How could you do this
You
to
should have
me?
got funeral prices. All right, David. You did the right thing. You did what Gail was afraid to do. Go in the news and fight this thing. Who's the guy in New York
Oh, my
that sticks up?
scammy, flammy, mammy.
Who's the guy in New York that sticks up for people? He's
Shame on you.
Shame.
Yeah, what's his name? Just Shame?
Ernie Anastas?
Ernie Anastas? Why would he be part of that? He's the fucking anchor.
Oh, yeah.
They never do the shame. Boy, another wrong answer by Chris. Vito's year.
Arnold Diaz.
Oh, yeah, Arnold Diaz. Shame. They're always finding some fucking landlord that's making people shit in a bucket.
The Mr. Show version was Scams and Flams. It's like one of my favorite bits of all time. Scams and Flams.
Hey, Duck Stanley has a question here.
Mm-hmm.
What color would you choose if you had to color ham in a coloring book? Everybody write down their answer.
Okay.
And one of us is going to get the right one. All right, Vito, I'm going to go to you first.
Salmon colored.
Salmon. Now, wouldn't that be the better thing if you were coloring a salmon, not ham?
Well, salmon pink.
Chris.
Peach.
Peach. Again. Peach is the color of a peach, not a ham.
I went with the less specific pink, not specific to salmon, but I did say pink.
Okay, and then I just simply wrote, is there a ham pink? Because they have all those different things when you get the Crayolas.
Yeah.
They should have a ham pink. That color, obviously, is not pink. Certainly far from peach.
It's like a mauve, like a gray pink.
A nude?
Mauve.
Wait a minute. That word that you just used, gray pink, makes me feel like we better throw out the ham. Honey, it's gray pink. Throw out the ham. I would like to do a ham crayon. I'm saying it the way weird people say it.
Okay.
That you could just color ham with. Now, I'd like to also have this crayon made out of ham so that you could eat a little and color a little.
Delicious.
So it's like a scratch and sniff, but you could also scratch, sniff, and lick.
When I was a kid, they got rid of this color. It was just called flesh, and it was supposed to be, so kids weren't doing white people as white, but flesh colored. And then there was some problems. Them saying, "Hey, not all flesh is colored like you lily white crackers."
When I was a kid, I got a set of, it was like People of the World color set, and it was like flesh tones of every color all the way down.
That's how advanced we got.
So I could have like any race be my little stick figure guy.
Well, I grew up at a time where we still use the term Redskins, and it wasn't just for football. Can't help it. I think John Wynn was the president.
Would you have colored a Native American person with a red crayon?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't have colored them because of the attacks that they did on so many wagon trains.
I forgot you were a wagon trainer.
Yeah. I was so little, though, I would crawl under the wagon and stay there. Remember,
Right.
have you ever seen that? The children would get under the wagon.
Yeah, get under the wagon, kids.
Yeah.
Mom's about to be raped.
You're going to be so safe because the Indians would never think to look under a wagon.
Aim down? Never happened.
No, not with an arrow. Here's Mr. Giant himself, the late Hard Rock Johnny. Johnny?
Oh, no. Johnny.
I'm here. I'm alive. Unlike my team, I survived.
Did you really have a belief that you could win that game?
Yeah, that's why I was so pissed. I really thought that, they could keep it close, and then it just, they just shit the bed.
Well, at least you knocked out Aaron Rodgers' favorite fucking guy.
Broke his rib.
Is that
Yeah,
what
that
was
was-
broke?
Oh.
Yeah, I believe Story
Yeah.
Nelson, yeah.
Yeah, but I thought
Yeah,
maybe it was a spleen or something.
No, he got I think 2 broken ribs. Poor fella. Now I got to root for the Pack, though, because, they're playing everyone's least favorite team on this phone call.
Yeah, but you now made it fucking easier for them to lose.
Yeah, no, I don't. How crazy is the other side? What is it? What are the Patriots? A 17-point favorite?
Yeah, against the Texans at home.
That's insane.
I don't know. That Texans points. Fucking rush looked pretty brutal.
Yeah, they had the number 1 defense in the league by the end of the year.
And without the best defensive player that they have. Imagine if they had J.J. Watt.
It's a little
I'm imagining, Gail.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Stop interrupting our imagination.
Sorry. I was trying to get the facts. What game? There's a game tonight.
No, there was
there's
no
not a game.
Yes,
there's a college game tonight.
A college game tonight.
Which is go Clemson, I will say that.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm saying roll tide.
Boo.
You always say roll tide, though.
I invented it.
That's kind of your catchphrase.
I invented it. Before that, people used to say go tide. And I'm like, wait, let's
that doesn't make sense. I mean, a tide kind of rolls.
It does. It rolls in and rolls out.
Yeah.
Well,
sometimes it's high.
They call Alabama the Crimson Tide, but they call me Deacon Blues.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I will say my favorite part of the Giants game was your help with an argument yesterday. Thank you very much for that. But
what was that?
When I started talking about Tampa Bay.
Here's what happens. Johnny will make a remark that is either anti-Tampa Bay or anti-Irish. I will immediately copy and paste that, send it to Fez, get him to attack Johnny, copy and paste that, send it to Johnny.
Nice.
You're just
like
a go-between. It's awesome. I was getting sniped with really, really good one-liners for about 5 minutes.
Look, here's the funny thing. Johnny gets the shit kicked out of him every time.
Those were weak lines by him.
What?
Those were weak.
What are you talking about? Those were amazing lines.
Makes me happy.
But but I always like the thing is Fez is ready to come up swinging at any fucking moment. You know what I mean? Like you said, what?
College football's better when Notre Dame is good.
It is true, though.
I guess. For him and Jerry Barca.
Look, you and fucking Clemson are gonna fucking eat ass tonight, dude. You know it.
No, I think the Clemson defense could hang in there.
What's the spread, Chris?
We'll find out.
Wait a minute. Don't bother. Vito, find out the spread, please. You're a good guy.
What's Vito know about spreads?
Oh.
Come on, Chris. That's gross.
This came up. If Trump Cuck was the place kicker, we wouldn't be having this conversation. That was just another failed Stanley bit this year.
Whatever happened to that? Yeah.
Whatever happens to any of his bits? What's happened to Trump Cuck? He hasn't cut a video yet.
All right.
Hold on for Vito. Vito, go ahead. Take your time.
Yeah.
Vito doesn't even understand how a line works.
You understand, Vito. Look at Vito's face. He doesn't bet. He doesn't gamble at all.
He doesn't. He saves his money.
I have a fear I'd get really addicted to gambling.
Good.
Oh, I hate when people say that.
No,
Just fucking try it before you do.
I've been to Atlantic City and been up like a lot of money, and then just 2 days later, oh,
you're the one. You're the one who was up money and then ended up losing.
That's never happened to me.
Hey, everybody, we found the fucking unicorn right here. Whoa. It exists. There is a person who was up a lot of money who didn't go home. This is the guy.
Weird.
The guy who stayed at the table too long. It's never been. Everyone says it can't happen, but in this case, it did.
Roll
and
tide.
that keeps him from finding a line on. Oh.
It's -6.5.
For who?
For who, Vito?
What do you think? For who?
Clemson's the favorite.
No.
Uh-oh.
Dana White fires back. Dana White is firing back at Meryl Streep and called her an uppity 80-year-old lady.
Dana White is not the president of the United States.
I do like how she did say that mixed martial arts is not arts.
Okay. Yeah, I guess he has every right. But yeah, that's not the arts.
And the NFL.
No, it is. No, I don't think they ever like. No, it is martial
And by
and
the
it is
way,
mixed.
80 is not a bad thing. It's a good thing if you can make it there. And she's not 80. But you know what? Imagine if he would have said this. She's a black woman. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing if you're going to attack somebody's age. That's no different than in someone's race. And instead of the fact admitting that we're all trying to get older.
Right.
You know? It's a bad thing.
I, for one, plan to die young. I would never do that.
I'm going to die right now and put a gun in my mouth. All right, Vito, you say this is the year that you're poning Chris Stanley, right?
Yes.
And we'll get to this in a second, but Chris, would you just like to apologize to Vito and ask him to leave you alone?
No.
Why won't you apologize?
Then
Why would I do that?
Well, I gave you the thing, but Vito is going to put up a picture of you right now on Twitter that you say Vito is going to destroy him.
Yeah, this is the end all be all of Chris Stanley.
Okay.
Wow.
Chris,
I can't
you have the opportunity to apologize, to get down on your knees and kiss him on the ass, or the picture goes up.
Fuck that.
Join the Kiss My Ass Club, bro.
Ass, kiss, or pick. It's your choice.
Pick him. It's a fucking pick him.
Launch it then, Chris. Launch it then, Vito. All right, so
Oh my God.
There it is. There's a picture of Chris.
Christ.
Make it as large as you possibly can, right?
That's such a terrible picture.
How?
This is a picture that Vito found of him. Now, look at it, Gail. You can just see that there's him, standing. But if you look to his left, you can see what he's looking at, and it looks like naked children.
It's naked male children. Look at his face.
With that grin.
Why?
Why are you so happy to be near
And that isn't a grin. That is a lustful look.
Yeah.
Where's your neck, dude? Where's the neck now, huh?
Oh, God. I'm sunk.
You look like a penis head.
What kind of private party were you at where you just sit around and look at paintings of children
such a creep.
that are naked?
Are those 3D glasses to bring the cock closer to your face?
Those are blue blockers, thank you.
Cock blockers? What?
They do look like 3D glasses.
All right, if I was a pedophile, why would I wear cock blocker sunglasses? That was stupid, Johnny.
But why are you sneering at that little boy piece?
I don't feel like I'm looking at the penis.
All right, I'm looking to what people are writing back
Why would anyone
right now.
draw that?
And it just says, Trump cock goes to Nambla. Blue blockers with blue is spelled BLEW. Here's, I love me some penis. Num, 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 num. Dick. This one just says fat guy in a little booth, and that I don't even know if that fits.
The room seems like a booth.
Maybe it's a peep booth he's in?
Oh my God.
That's
It's so uncomfortable, Chris.
the real Bob Mayhew says, dreaming of his lunch on the wall.
Oh, no. I don't like kids.
Gross. It needs like a little thought bubble around it.
All right, Queen Elizabeth said the mystery bowling ball head diner is out and about tonight.
Oh God, you're so weird.
I mean, who puts penises in a restaurant?
Greg says Elvis lives, although probably not much longer.
It's horrible.
To me, does it look like a wig that you have on, too? It doesn't even look like your real hair.
This is I'm not wearing a wig.
Let me see if that's your hair.
Pull that shit. See if that's real.
Seriously. Well, after you started to have your treatments, your hair fell out, so you got the tight wig.
This is natural hair, everyone.
Queen Elizabeth writes, the Snowsberries taste like Snowsberries. gonna lick the dick.
Ew, no.
The real life Uncle Paul. No neck leering and a painting of no dick. Why are you in a fucking place like this?
Why can't I have a nice lunch every now and then?
Everybody's like 40 years older than you in that restaurant.
So?
Let's not look at the people. They should be blurred, the people in the back.
By the way, that's ageism, Vito.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
And just because there's pictures of children's cocks doesn't make it a nice restaurant.
To some people,
Only
that is
the
nice.
finest.
Only the best for me.
I prefer to dine near baby dicks.
Here's
Like, it's a shocking amount of dick in this restaurant.
Do you have two by the penises?
I don't even understand some of these. But anyway, the picture of him is up, and it's, it's very, very embarrassing.
It's uncomfortable.
It's not good. It's not good for me at all.
I don't even know how to describe your face as an emotion. It's somewhere between like delight and like lust, maybe, or
It looks like someone who finally got that shit out.
It looks like Chris Hansen just popped out.
I'd be happy if Hansen. I'd be pissed if Hansen.
No, like,
I'm
oh
gonna
shit, I'm in the house.
I'm gonna need you to take a seat.
Jacqueline says, "Oh, and a nice new Tinder profile pic."
Oh, no.
Let them see the truth.
The masked listener said, "Stanley walks into the restaurant and asks to be seated at the Jack booth." Looks like that date with the art lady changed Stanley. He's finally found what he enjoys. Like he says, I don't know art, but I know what me likes. All right, someone is trying to say Justin Stangl is behind you there at that party.
I don't see Justin Stengel.
You just see boy dick.
I mean, that dominates the picture.
It's hard for you to focus on anything else.
Stanley appreciates the arts. Stanley in a happy place. Pepper's latest Tinder date going great as usual. Press for Mr. Pedo. Here's somebody put up this pic from years ago. That's real Ped looking.
Oh God!
You look like a fucking Cuban mercenary.
Oh my God. That was a screen cap from my college days.
Look, here's a screen cap that says, "Yes, I'll have the angelic baby penis."
No!
That's from Jerome.
No! I'm fucking becoming a meme here.
My queen is back, and she says, "Not by the hairs on my chinny chin 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 chin."
Oh, I get it.
So mean.
Why be mean?
Yes, she loves you.
No, she.
That's how she shows her affection.
Army Brat just says, "Yo, where's your neck, bro?"
I like that because it gets to the point.
Matthew says, "I'll have an order of little beans and franks."
Oh, shit. Oh, this is bad, man.
Ryan just said, "Feels good, man," with a picture of that fucking frog head.
Oh, I love that frog head.
I don't get it.
No one does.
Pepe.
Pepe.
What do you call him?
It's Pepe.
No, that's just because that's what you call Peyton Manning.
Here's
the way around.
Can't be that.
Tom says, "No wonder he needs to drink before a date." Dead cat Skippy says, "That song, 'You Can't Always Get What You Want,' comes to mind saying this pic. Oh my God, you're dying."
Look at his face.
I don't want children.
What is that? Jesus Christ, I don't. Why? You don't trust yourself with your own child? You're sick.
Just wait for a second here. Here's one that's perfect. This is where Chris will take his Tinder date next time he needs an erection. He could just be staring at that. Oh, God, these are hilarious. Now, Chris, you got to be careful where you go.
I didn't look. I feel like I've been fucking.
Wait,
okay.
just G-Man just wrote, my usual table, please, so I can jack it.
I didn't expect to be surrounded by child penises or people taking pictures of them.
Then why did you put into Yelp best restaurants with child dick?
T-Man said you're using your new Baby Grinder date app.
That doesn't even exist.
Baby Grinder.
How did your Saturday night date go?
I actually got moved to Friday night. Went well, and then I met up with another lady Saturday night.
Whoa! So first, let's go through the Friday night lady.
It was
Friday night was the one from...
Yes. And went to Blue Ribbon, fancied it up, and...
Which Blue Ribbon?
The one downtown, Blue Ribbon, like Brasserie. Is that how you pronounce it?
Okay.
And...
Brasserie. Fuck. So go ahead.
And had dinner, had some drinks afterwards. We parted ways.
Eating the...
We just kissing or whatever, but no,
Kissing
nothing.
like on the street?
Yeah. In the bar. So, I mean, I'll probably see her again, probably.
So, date 3.
Date 3, yeah, that's
what we got.
That's where you said it's your limit.
Mm-hmm. And then...
Date 3 will be held at the La Quinta.
And then I matched with someone else over the weekend, and then ended up meeting them at a bar in Manhattan, and then went back to her place.
And?
We made love.
Love.
We made love, okay? Is that what you wanted to hear?
Yeah.
So then, here's the thing.
I wanted to hear that you made sweet love.
I love it. So do you like the girl that you saw Friday or no?
Yeah, I do.
But he's not exclusive, you know what I mean?
This is not what Tinder is for.
It really is. That's what I'm learning.
All right, so...
You need to listen to the Monkey song, I Want to Be Free, if you know what's going on with this guy.
I need to listen to that, and
we
I'll
also
learn.
need to see Saturday Night Special.
Here. This makes no sense.
So this is a new situation. This is not one that we saw over the week.
This makes no sense, dude.
Okay. Well, in what way? You don't...
She's much more attractive than I am.
All right. No.
Let's say much, I guess.
No, it isn't saying much at all. And to be totally... No, is there more pictures I can see?
Those are, that's it. Those like 4 or 5 or whatever.
Oh, no, but we...
Here, let me take a look and help.
Okay, this first picture I'm not crazy about, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
The second picture is sexy as fuck.
Yeah.
And who's on her shirt there?
Oh, I can't tell.
Is that Mick Jagger?
Might be.
No, I don't think so.
I thought it was a young Mick Jagger.
No, that's definitely not Mick. But it seems to be. But it looks like she took her picture in the loo. She's very fucking crazy sexy.
She's crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Crazy Putty?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that she's prettier than you, Chris.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate it.
She's just thinner.
Oh, much thinner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good shape.
I mean, that. Yeah, but...
Now, all right, she's quoting Salvador Dali. And this is very strange, but she works at it looks like a fancy...
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything else other than that, though.
I'll just say from the world of fashion. Does that bother you?
That's fine.
She's from the world of fashion.
Yeah.
And she is very fashionable, correct?
She is, yeah. I love this jacket.
First of all, I like the jacket. I like the shirt. I like the skirt. It looks like she's wearing a neck collar of some kind. I'm not crazy about that. But I love the funkiness of her.
Yeah.
Now, you met her where?
A bar called Bathtub Gin.
Okay. And were you guys like immediately like this is about the fuck?
It was me about, hey, let's get liquored up. She's recently out of a relationship.
Okay.
So I think that this
she
was
went
just
out to have a good time.
Yeah.
You took her home or you went to her place?
Her place.
You always go to their place, huh?
I don't want them coming back to. I mean,
Why?
I guess I wouldn't.
You have your own
It's
pad,
all
dude.
fucked up.
We can fix your place up to be a fuck palace.
Do you want that?
You can
Oh
get
my
pictures of little
God.
naked boys.
I don't think that's good at all.
Actually, that could be a really fun project for the show.
No, you went. I mean, you were bangless. There's suddenly, you're going straight up.
You went from bangless to bang, bro.
Because you were in you were really in a one relationship for most of your adult life.
8 years, yeah. In my entire 20s, yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's, I mean, I had no idea what was going to happen. Jumping on these random fucking...
You loving it?
I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah.
More than I thought I would.
Is there a downside to it?
Not yet.
You don't feel whorish?
No.
Still raw dogging it the whole way?
That was, it was raw, but I pulled out. So, smart.
You didn't pull out the other night?
I didn't know. I didn't.
What? What?
Why are you cream pieing fucking strangers?
Oh shit! He pulled something in my side. Seriously,
that was
Chris,
just
you really
stupid.
shouldn't be cream pieing these girls.
Stop cream pieing so much.
Do you put that on your interest?
No.
Until
I don't. It's not a good interest to have. But it's just people you meet through apps.
What if she was like catfishing you to
Who's the catfish?
But I mean, like, what
Look
if
at
she?
me.
No, but I'm saying, what if she was trying to get pregnant?
Well, I don't think she is, so everything's fine.
You know what? He's ready. You know what?
You
You're
ready
at
to
the
be a
point now where
dad?
you're ready to raise a baby with a stranger.
Yeah, you know?
You're already used to baby penis.
Oh, man.
You go to hell, Vito.
man.
You don't even know what a fucking spread is.
Vito has
Game.
fucking destroyed you
That's
so
not
far.
related.
That picture of you there,
Yeah.
although not as disgusting as the picture of him sleeping, is still quite embarrassing.
It looks bad. It looks bad for me.
Yes, okay.
All right?
It's not good.
There's too many dicks in this picture exposed.
But you don't mind because you're dating so much.
Yeah, that's okay.
And this girl came out of nowhere. She wasn't even the crop that we picked.
No, this was just like, this is fucking random. Like early Saturday and then Saturday night, getting a drink. And then there's some other fucking crazy broad thing I'm meeting later this week who's like a conspiracy theorist.
All right, let me take a look at her.
I mean, this chick.
I wish there was a way that we could do something with your dates online where we could share it.
I know.
Now, this fashionista, right?
Yes.
You don't have any more plans for her?
I don't know, maybe, but I mean, she's like recently out of a relationship. She talked about her boyfriend a lot.
What was the story with him?
I don't even want. I'll write you a note.
Okay. Was
but
he a dangerous man?
Possibly.
Okay, that's what I had the feeling.
Okay.
Or else she'd be willing to talk about it. All right. So this is her with the.
That's her.
Let me have a look at
Is that a soccer ball that she's tattooed on her arm?
No, baby.
Another person from the arts. But she's a real nut, Chris.
She's a crazy person. She's crazy.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Oh, dude, then why do it?
Dude.
All right, this chick that he's with, she looks like she's wearing a Batman mask for no apparent reason. She's man spreading and fucking that, and that's a dude's arm.
She's got it ripped, yeah.
She's 5'10".
This one I'm interested in. I'm interested for the feedback.
Is this her painting?
Yes. She's
Get her to paint you.
You're like meeting a lot of artists and a lot of fashionistas on this thing.
No idea why. It doesn't make sense.
No, do you tell them to listen to your radio show or your podcast?
They never ask about it, ever.
Oh, that's not nice.
I don't know.
Look at this psycho painting she did.
Oh, she is nuts.
Yeah, I think she's a conspiracy theorist for real. She believes Alex Jones is working for the government. Like Alex.
I do agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that he is a government
But she
double
puts
spy.
this in her Tinder profile?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, this picture is so intense.
It's scary.
Like, I'm afraid she's going to hurt you.
Whatever.
So it's fine. Whatever.
In
I'll
the
just show her this
boudoir.
picture of the baby penises. How could you hurt me, lady?
Wow. I'm intrigued by this one, and I'm very curious how it goes.
Look, here's the weird thing about him. So we said 3 different ladies that you've dated.
Right.
One, you seem to be forming a relationship with, and you kind of like her enough to take her out for some nice blue. Did you have the fried chicken?
No. Had the shrimp provençal and the bone marrow.
And what did she have?
The lady had the sweetbreads.
She's just eating fucking gizzards and balls.
Straight organs.
I wouldn't go to Blue Ribbon for anything but that chicken, though. You've had it there, right?
Yeah, I've had that.
It's unbelievable.
Blue Ribbon Bakery, which is fucking ridiculously good. Yeah.
But that's not the one you went to.
No, I went to the one all the way downtown.
And they don't have the fried chicken there?
I don't. It was a much larger menu. I think they had fried chicken, but I didn't get it.
I would have got it. I wouldn't think about going to that place without getting the chicken.
Now, these other ladies that you were talking to, you were writing to back and forth over the week. I'm just curious how this works out. Did that just fizzle out?
Some things have just fizzled out. Yeah, it's just like nothing else.
Like red.
Some of the ones that you picked.
Yeah, like red and like the
That
other
ain't going
one.
to happen?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe I'll revisit it, but nothing's happened yet.
Sex Witch?
Sex Witch never even responded. Sex Witch might be a robot for all I know.
That's just ridiculous.
And that's mean.
So,
Spread rumors.
2017 is going to be the year of the hookup for you. 2015, you were in a deep relationship where you constantly said that you were very much in love.
I was at the time.
2016,
deep depression.
Deep depression.
Off the rails.
No dating, not doing anything.
No.
2017, the year of drinking and hooking up.
I guess.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
It's weird. Never expected this to happen.
I feel like you like the second date one.
Yeah.
I feel like you seem to like enjoy her company and not try to rush just making sweet love to her.
Does she know that you're making love with others right now and in a very dangerous way?
Yeah.
No.
Does she know that you're raw dogging it with other random broads?
No, you claim
they're not random broads. Oh, wait, they are.
You claim that you pulled out, right?
Yes, Saturday.
Now, where did you spill the swimmers? Tits, face, or on the vagina?
Back.
Or in your own mouth?
Oh, so you doggy styled that.
Yes.
Now, are the ladies getting to be pleased? Are they?
Yes.
Okay. Sure? Proud of you, buddy.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that.
I mean, are they saying?
Yeah, they seem to be enjoying. Yeah.
Seem to be, or they're saying?
They're saying.
What do they say?
I don't. Coming.
Okay, good. That's good. I just worry about you being a push come. I want you to stay in. I want you to hang in and do the job.
Yeah, and I don't want him representing the show like that.
No.
So much booze. There's no way it's going to be push.
First of all, I don't like the idea of you whiskey dicking, and I want you to be on your game.
Like, you don't want people going around being like, I heard those Bennington show producers. I mean, they got whiskey dick.
I have,
and they don't even make girls come.
I have the booking department said they've turned down your request because of WD 40.
Your old WD.
That's stupid. No one gets that except for one person. I mean, you just wasted it. All right. Vito, you are beating him in pictures online and stuff like that, but he's beating you in the date train.
Yeah, I'm not into the whole casual hookup on Tinder thing.
Why not? It's great.
I don't know. It's terrifying.
What's so scary about it?
You need to be so drunk you don't even realize what's happening.
There's just too many risks for disease, for pregnancy. There's so many variables that I can't handle.
Look, I'm going to go get tested someday soon, and it's going to be fine.
You need to get tested for these women out there.
Yeah.
For them?
Like, he's the dude from Kids.
You're that kid.
Sally?
You're the one who gives everyone AIDS.
Oh, Virgins, I love them, kid.
That's you.
You don't even bring a condom along?
No. Well, it's been a while since I've dated, so I don't even think of
Well,
things.
you're back into it now.
Yeah, I got.
You know what I mean?
I should buy some condoms. Probably.
It's been a while since you played football, but if you went into a game, you're like, oh, I don't have a fucking helmet. You know what I mean? Like you would think I'm going to get some on the way to the game.
And meanwhile, you're spreading HPV like butter.
I'm pretty sure I don't have HPV.
You don't know.
I don't know.
That's the thing.
That's crazy, right? Dudes don't even know if they have it.
No, they're just shooting it around.
Tom Sharpling said, I guarantee that Chris ends 2017 in jail. He will be framed for murder by one of his ladies. Tom, I'm just going to say this. Framed? I doubt it.
I imagine him waking up like, what did I do?
How do I get out of this? Don't you fucking call me from anywhere. You're on your own.
All right.
Craig caller.
Do not bring her here.
Just fucking OD on me, Ron.
This bitch is dying on me.
You take her to the fucking emergency room. Yeah, there's no way he's framed, Tom. I'll put money down on that. I mean, I will gladly be a witness against him. Gladly.
Oh, Jesus.
But that wouldn't be bad if he fucking ends up like American Gigolo. You know what I mean? And that's the weird thing is these are fairly young girls.
I'd say from mid-20s to 30. No one older than that.
Yeah. And they're the ones really rolling the dice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't get it.
I mean, like, You like see this unscrupulous dude? Fucking roll up.
Dude, you're a fucking lunatic.
You have no scruples, is what I'm trying to say.
I figure I have plenty of scruples. See this picture posted on the Bennington Twitter account? Hope they don't see this.
Patrick from the stand inviting me to the 1020 show tonight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a big lineup, too. Dude, it was a fucking fun weekend there, too, with Artie.
Yeah, that's great.
I did a line after Artie went off that I'm so fucking proud of, but I'm not going to do on the radio. But I really come to be fucking crazy about that guy. He's so fucking sweet, and he's so goddamn funny. And I've never seen anyone care less about what they look like when they walk on stage. Dan Soder's going to be there tonight. Aaron Berg. And this is the newest guy hanging out at the stand and living in New York now, and I can't fucking believe it. I'm so excited. Duncan Trussell.
Oh, that's great. Awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah. And I told him as soon as he gets settled down, I want him to come on the show. Joe List tonight, Tim Dillon, Dante Nero.
Wow, this is a great show. Dante
Nero is a blast, still, man. We got to get him in one day. We end up just talking about Patrice a lot. Here's Joe in Utah. I got a question for Chris Stanley.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I got a question for Whiskey Dick.
What's up?
Do you, when you go on a date, do you drink extra booze just so you can last longer in bed?
I don't. Maybe not consciously, but it could be happening subconsciously. But I drink my normal amount of alcohol.
Oh, was that why you decided to have a drink before a date?
No, because I didn't expect to, fucking get lucky.
Maybe you have social anxiety.
So exactly.
Okay, so it's not because you've come to rely on the Whiskey Dick.
No, I don't rely on the Whiskey Dick. I just figure it can't hurt.
In order to not embarrass yourself.
Actually, it could hurt.
Can I tell you something? He's got a whiskey dick. He's got a vodka dick.
He's got a lager dick. He's got a cider dick.
Shit.
I don't know, Chris. There's something very exciting about this dating life.
It's crazy, man.
Now, here's the thing, too. This is the exact life that we tried to get Fezzy into. You know what I mean? We're like, just go out and do it. Whatever it is, do it. And you're risking bad dates.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
But this is it. 3 dates, 3 women has he dated. 1, he feels like there's a connection. And 2, he's made whiskey sweet love to.
Yeah. Sweet, sweet whiskey love. Boozed up.
Did you have a preference between your love-making sessions between lady number 1 and lady number 3?
Lady number 3, I think, because I was more cogent. I think my head...
Cogent. Let's try to guess what that word
Cogent?
means.
Like aware of what was happening?
Coherent? Or maybe...
I swear cogent's a real
maybe
word.
it is. I don't know. I don't know what cogent
Why
is.
scream at us? Just give us the meaning of cogent.
Clear, logical, and convincing.
Cogent.
Cogent.
Yeah, I've never used that word before. Great. Okay. So you're more cogent.
I've noticed that your vocabulary has been really on point today.
He's doing...
Like you used translucent earlier, and I was like, all right.
Chris is picking up some from these classy fashionistas.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
Who? So you think that your lovemaking was clear, logic, and convincing?
Okay.
That makes sense.
You know what? I was so wrapped up in the fact that he used a word that I did not know.
Yeah. He made logical love to this young lady.
Okay. So that was a cogent lovemaking session.
And you ended doggy style.
Yeah.
Like a couple animals in her bed.
You did it doggishly.
Now, did she have roommates?
She has a roommate, yes.
Yeah.
She has a roommate.
Now, what did they say when they saw you coming through?
We came in late. I don't remember seeing... Did
you sleep over or leave immediately?
I guess I slept for a few hours and then went home and then passed out again because that's why I missed the fucking Steelers game.
Oh, yeah. So I didn't even think of that on the thread. He slept through the whole first game.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is the thing. I kept myself from asking him because I thought he was on the date with the girl that he liked. So I didn't want to ask him anything about it. because I like to hear it here fresh on the air.
A little to
cogent when I picked it up.
Sure. You need to be cogent.
Oh, yeah, I need to be cogent. I
I'm
can't be
gonna start saying
uncogent.
cogent. I mean, not in reference to lovemaking, but just try to work it in.
Vito, you're a single, non-dating guy. Are you surprised at least his percentages that he's pulling off?
Yeah, because like Tinder's like judged basically all off looks, and I've seen his profile, and like he's got some weird pictures of himself, and like there's some hot ass dudes on Tinder. So I don't know how he's getting so many matches.
Look, he's not competing against them, all right? There was a guy on our show, I can't think of his name. If I think of it, I'll give him credit. But he said, I just like to look at my own paper. He doesn't compare himself to other comedians. Chris needs to do that as a dater. He's not sitting here going, I'm going to be up against every young model out there.
No, but like that's just how Tinder works. Like you only get a certain amount of swipes.
But here's the deal, dude. He's getting the fucking chicks that dig him for being him.
Thank you, Ron.
Okay?
Yeah.
He's not on the fucking dating game where he's up against other That's what you're nervous about. You don't think that you're lovable.
Yeah.
You don't think that you're fuckable.
Tinder scares me because I'm afraid of not getting any matches whatsoever, and then I just have to sit there in denial.
Come on.
Some women dig bears.
They do.
You are a bear man.
I don't feel like there's bears in the straight community.
There are.
Is that a thing?
No. You know Fez's niece, right?
Mm-hmm.
Adorable. Really cute. Every guy that she brought up here looked like Vito. She was tiny, but she felt safe with a big, giant fucking dude.
Yeah.
That could be you. You could be the big, giant dude.
I would like to play that up more. I guess maybe I need to get a Tinder and work on this.
You need to take a fucking naked picture of yourself on Tinder.
Show it off.
Show your button dick. Some girls are into a button dick.
Not a button dick. It's a decent size.
Oh, I thought you said butt and dick.
Show your button dick. That's what I did say. I said butt and dick. You're the one who is saying button dick.
Yeah.
You know, and there are also a lot of curvaceous women out there who you would make them feel very petite. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's
You should be with a big ass girl.
You should be with a girl who's like voluptuous.
And you know,
less so.
Black guys date big?
Yeah.
Maybe black women do too. You don't know, Vito.
Black women don't like me very much.
I don't like you very much.
You're
so
awful.
what? You got to stop focusing on who doesn't like you and go for the ones who do.
Yeah, that's what you've got to do.
I go after Italian women. They're the ones who are most like to date big bear types.
You just want to date your mom.
No, I don't. Leslie's great and everything, but I don't want to date her.
Yes, you do, dude.
Bring Jen in. Because she's not dating right now either.
No, I need to.
Are you tendering while we're sitting here?
Oh my God, you sick son of a bitch!
Now, will
He's
you now
swiping.
admit that you were on Tinder that day that I saw you
Just
swiping?
admit it.
I wasn't on Tinder.
I don't mind.
I know you don't mind.
Who cares? Cat's out of the bag now, Chrissy. What's up, Jen? Your hair looks great.
Jen, your hair looks amazing. But while you're talking about that, because she went straighten, guess how long she sat in it? Not a cut, just a blow dry.
Like a blowout?
No, a blowout is like 80s hair, right?
No, you can have.
Oh,
I
I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
thought-
you can have a straightened blowout.
Look, I'm going to go to you. How long would you sit to get your hair blown?
5 minutes?
All right.
10 minutes maybe if it's impressive. I
Oh
don't know.
no!
Give her the time.
It was 2 hours.
Why?
I
Dry
mean,
hair?
I'm gonna be honest. It's typical. I also, I have really long hair, so it takes a while. Like if they're gonna straighten it out with a blow dryer.
And what do
a
they
while.
charge you for that?
45.
If someone said to me 45 and they didn't cut my hair, I'd be fucking swinging at them.
You're just drying it. 2 hours, $45. No.
The only way I could probably put up with 2 hours is if I was on a flight at the time. I got nothing else to do. But I can't sit in a chair for no reason.
Well, you could have some reading material. You could be like on your Insta.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'll
The
go.
gram?
Chris, you could be tendering. You could be picking up chicks while you get your blowout. Get your blow on while you get your blowout.
Family Feud's always on at my barber, and I really enjoy that.
What's that?
Family Feud is always on at my barber shop. So, like, that's a lot of fun to watch while I'm getting my hair cut.
Where are you going? Harlem to get your hair cut?
No, I go like 2 blocks away from my apartment at this Russian place.
Oh, you go to a Russian place.
Yeah.
I would never let the Russians cut my hair.
I'm friends with the girl who does my hair, so it's a
You know what?
catch-up time.
I'm wrong. I had a Russian do my hair a couple times ago. It was great. Like 8-minute haircut.
Yeah, they get you in and out. They don't try to talk to you because they don't speak very much English.
I know. And this was in Brooklyn, and I feel like going back there.
I got a Dominican guy who does my hair, and he talks a lot. It takes forever.
I mean, unless you're getting a fade, that's a fucking waste of your time.
He does a lot of fades.
I've become friends with the woman who does my hair, so I think it would be rude if I did, and like I would feel rude to pick up my phone or read because it's like a catch-up time. What's going on with you? Oh, I heard you went on this trip. How was that?
All right, I go to these Italian guys, right? And they're real, from Italy, Italian, right? So you never know who you're going to get. That's the fucking problem. I tried to get my hair cut short and then never cut it again forever, and then go back and get it cut, hopefully a year later. This fucking guy, he leaves way too long in the back. And I go, well, I want it short. And he goes, Italians, they like their hair long in the back. I go like this. I'm not Italian. He goes, yeah, but I am. I go, well, that's a whole different fucking scene. I go, just take some off the back. He barely touched it.
This is how I like you.
And then he goes like this. This is how Italians like their hair. I go, do me a favor. Just let me up. I don't give a fuck what happens. Just let me get out of here, get in some fresh air, and forget this ever happened. Hey, Andrew. Andrew, what's up, buddy?
Hey, you got an Enzo, I guess, right?
Yeah.
When Chris used the word cogent, I think he meant to use the word cognizant, which means to be more aware.
Is that what you meant?
That was probably it, what I meant.
Oh, cognizant. Okay.
It's close.
That probably applies more. Although still, cogent, I'm at least impressed you tried.
Thank you.
All right. Okay,
I'm proud of the boy.
Yeah, we're all proud of him. This is very exciting, and it's bringing him out of whatever weird, depressed shell he was in.
That's broken.
That's done. Your stomach is just fucking making all kinds of
having such a
Is there a
rumbly.
woman in there? Begging to get out? Hey, Ray wants to help you, Chris.
Oh, good. What's up, Ray?
Not much. Now, I just basically called in to help out Vito because I know Vito will get tons of pics on Tinder because I'm like a black version of Vito, even though I'm a little bit shorter. I'm still black Italian and different other mix, but there'll be tons of girls out there that will love Vito though.
I know that there are. I know that there.
I agree.
You're literally a type, Vito.
You are a type.
Maybe it's time to get back on the horse.
I think so.
Do it, Vito.
No.
Yeah, on the horse.
Don't get on a horse. Date a girl. Later for your birthday, we'll get a pony for you that you can
That'll
break.
be fun.
You can break it.
But I think once he even gets to the first date, they're going to adore him. He's such a sweetheart.
I've always done really well at bar, like meeting women in real life, but like the digital aspect is what's weird to me.
Well, look, Chris can do it.
Look at that shit, man.
Yeah.
Vito, there's got to be someone for you out there. Maybe someone from Chicago.
Oh, I'd love
who
to
eats
see
sausages.
That'd be great.
Deep dish pizza, Cubs, Bears. Who could it be? Hi, Janice. How are you, sweetie?
Good. How are you guys?
Cool.
I was laughing because remember, Ronnie, you were a cowboy when you were little.
Yeah, I used to dress up in cowboy outfits. And then my dad called me Tex, and I thought it was my name. And stupidly, when I first started to play with kids, I told them my name was Tex. And then later, I had to go back. My parents made me go back and go, that thing I said about my name being Tex isn't true.
It's not true.
It's wrong. I don't know where I got the text from. And I didn't mean to lie to you people.
And I just loved D-Track Chicago. You did a fantastic
Oh,
job.
yeah. That was really, really great, the GPS Chicago. Great music out of Chicago.
That was a really fun one. Chris, when does that replay?
Replays tomorrow at 10 a.m., Wednesday at 4 p.m., and it's on demand.
Yeah, if you, well, first of all, if you like the new Stones album, we put a bunch of songs that the Stones covered. But you have to remember, this is the sound that all those English boys were listening to when they were kids before they started their bands. You know what I mean? They weren't listening to pop music.
Yeah.
They were listening to Delta blues, Chicago blues, R&B, and came back with that English sound. And so what's always really fascinating about the GPS show is to see how this shit moved around. It's also fascinating with me. I don't know if any of those guys were born in Chicago. They were just welcome there.
Yeah, that was one of the scenes where it ended up being a mecca. It's not necessarily about the people from there, but the people who traveled there to find out something really amazing was
Which
happening.
is also true for New York and L.A.
Yeah.
and, even another extent, London.
Yeah.
I mean, if you grew up.
Well, the Muscle Shoals scene was like that as well, where they were...
And that was really only because there was a good studio there that would record that kind of music. Because that's where, like, North Alabama?
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
So,
speaking.
so cool that people from somewhere else can tell us, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Pay attention to what's happening in your own place.
It's really true. It's we need to find it out all the time. All right, thanks, Jess. We got to take a break, sweetie.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too, baby. Dater Boy got us fucking behind the times because you're fascinating when we hear about your dates.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. What's better than I thought I would?
It's really riveting.
All right, I'm going to say to you two ladies, are you surprised that two different, one from the art world, one from the fashion world, okay? So these aren't, you know what I mean? I'm not, these aren't fucking lunch bucket Janes, right? I mean, he's not banging chicks from, let's say, well, I don't want to point out anything, but he's not, these are blue collar girls,
Right.
you know?
This is these are nice ladies.
I almost brought up, but even those are nice ladies, but I'm saying,
Right.
you expect these girls to be a little more discerning. But they had raw dog sex with him on the first date. And brought this beast into their apartment. Look, Eddie Trunk finally gets coffee and then waves. All that time he did not wave. He had to have coffee first. But are you guys shocked by that?
Well, I'm not shocked, that he was able to pull nice chicks. I'm impressed, but not shocked. I think, I took a look at the Tinder profile. I think you presented yourself in a very nice light, but 2 raw dogs in a row, that does surprise me.
Yeah.
That's a risk.
I agree.
I mean, how drunk are these women?
They're drunk.
Like very
they're not like fucking blacked out.
conscious.
Are you having blackout sex with them? Because that could get you in trouble.
That can
bro.
get you in trouble, dude.
No blackouts.
You don't know them.
No blackout fees.
You should have them. You should go. Just grab your phone and record them saying they are willing to have consensual sex with you.
This is okay, right?
Just send it to me. Just right before you have sex, just send me a video of you saying, "Hi, this is my new lady friend. Why don't you say into the camera that you're about to have consensual sex with me?" Chris, stop! Not good, Chris. Seriously texting you. Where are you? I'm coming to get you.
Is there an alcoholic tag on Tinder? Is that how you're picking them up? Is there a barfly thing?
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
We got a break. Louis J. Gomez is going to be here to announce his engagement in just a little while. Right back, Bennington. Bennington Show. We're going to be out and about tomorrow night. I have to tell an amusing story at Caroline's. And you can get free to be out and about tomorrow night. I have to tell an amusing story at Caroline's. And you can get free passes. Tell people how that's done.
That's the Hindsight Show. You go to carolines.com and you buy tickets. They're free.
You know, well, just, Gail.
You're going to go to carolines.com and put in the promo code "had to be there."
Had to be there, in the promo code, so you can get free passes. We'll tweet that out. But our buddies are hosting that show.
Yeah, Dan Perlman and Billy Princell. It's a monthly show that they do, and this time Ron Bennington is on.
One of the
show.
many. I mean, like Caroline's has put out. It's a ridiculous lineup.
Yeah,
Great.
Dave
Mike
Hill is going to be there.
Dave Hill, who's the greatest. Mike, and I'm not going to be able to top Dave Hill. Forget it. That's fucking impossible. Dave Hill.
Wear something great.
He lives his life like a hipster rom-com. You know what I mean?
He does.
Like it should be 500 Days of Dave Hill, where you thought Dave Hill would fall back in love with you.
And also on the show is Mike Kaplan, Joelle Johnson, Mary Houlihan, Shane Gillis.
Nice.
Wait, so there is no Dave Hill?
No, Dave Hill is also on the show.
Okay, good. Now, did Dan and Billy ever tell stories?
They do. I think they open with a little
story
lights.
about themselves.
And sometimes, like after the person goes off the stage, they'll be like, "Yeah, I had an experience at a zoo once as well." That was pretty funny. So sometimes they'll tag it with a shortened version of their own kind of story.
Smart.
Similar.
Smart. Only mine was better.
Yeah, that was okay, but
by the way, we can't get Vito to plug his Conan article. I told him to do it the other day, and that's just it. It's out because we're waiting for Luis J. Gomez to come in. Also up on the iBang, they say the first recorded performances of famous comics. So you get to see all these comics looking so goddamn young.
Oh,
and
man.
it's amazing. Like Patton Oswalt looks like an infant. Louis C.K. looks so young. And it's weird that you can see, like, Kevin Hart is not Kevin Hart yet. He's someone else.
he's just being someone else.
Yeah, he hasn't found that Kevin Hartness.
Yeah, that is always cool when you go back and see like comics. You know, you can't help but do that thing where you're influenced by someone, whether you realize it or not. I mean, a lot of people have stories about the first time they go up and then having recorded themselves, and they had no idea they were doing an impression of somebody. It's not even someone they thought that they were trying to be like. You're just like, oh, I want to sound like a comic.
By the way, I had the opportunity to watch Keith Robinson a couple times this week. He is on a fucking unbelievable level.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's so good.
How funny that fucking man is. And then, we were watching football because he's I hate to say this because he's from Philly, but he's one of those Dallas Cowboy fans that just exist at different places.
Really?
The star got to him. He said that star, when he saw that helmet, it's the way like kids go with a pedophile when they get see candy.
Right.
A pedophile could have fucked him for that helmet when he was a little kid.
Right.
And I think that's the same thing happened to Jim Norton. He saw the star helmet and he's like, I gotta be
with them.
It's a silver star helmet. It gets the kids, and then they're stuck with that team for the rest of their life.
It's strange. It's a strange epidemic. America's team.
You know who was a little kid in the 70s, you know what I mean? When Monday Night Football came in. I don't know if it's happened with the Patriots. I couldn't tell you if people are still, they became Patriots fans.
I've heard people said that like their little kid, like cousins or nephews or whatever, are Patriots fans like that. I haven't seen it yet.
It's going to take a while. It's going to take a couple of years before they're in bars. And you're like, why are you fucking rooting for the Patriots?
They're like, oh, I saw them win when I was a kid, and I like cheering.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what they should really fucking say. Because I know a lot of people who are Steelers fans. And by the way, with a Steelers fan, you can't even go to that fucking helmet. Because that helmet is shit.
Yeah, no.
And the logo's only on one side. Yeah. And that annoys me to this day. I just got a pain in my neck thinking about it.
Yeah.
Slap the logo on the other side.
As a Libra, that really is just discord to me.
Well, I'm not a Libra. I think it bothers me just as much. I don't know if you have to be born at a certain time of the year.
You do.
To want some symmetry.
Balance.
I want to play this video. It's up on the iBang. And this is a guy taking his 5-year-old skiing. Now, to me, a 5-year-old who can ski is already pretty cool. But he's got him on a big fucking hill, and he's behind the kid. And what happens is this little guy decides to get some air. He's going for the ramp, and the dad's far enough behind him that it's frightening. So go ahead and just play it.
Ooh, that rail looks cool too. Come on.
Oh, you started right at the beginning. All right. So is that the little boy already out there?
That's the little kid, yeah.
No,
there he is,
behind
right
him.
there.
He's even littler than that guy.
Yeah, so there's the kid goes. And he knows there's a...
Stop! Holy shit. Deegan! Oh my god. Oh my god!
Oh shit!
The kid just goes...
Oh my god!
Are you okay?
Big off of that thing.
Are you okay? I did it! Are you okay?
I was sick, I did it!
Oh Oh my God! I hope I got that.
So
on
he
film.
said, that was sick, I did it. I thought when he said, I committed. But he's a little guy, and is like, I see that there's a fucking jump there, and I want to do it.
So he was
and the
probably...
dad is too far behind.
Yeah, they were just trying to check it out. Go around the air there, just like check out the jump. And the kid just does it. He's so little.
This is the way my dad felt about me with cocaine, meth, and angel dust.
We just wanted to look at it, see the
did it.
situation.
It was sick. But he's like, he did actually said to the kid, you really want to take a look at these jumps before you do it.
I love a little 5-year-old. It was sick. That was sick.
But that's the world he grew up with. I guess dad's a skier, so, he doesn't want to be like his fucking dad, just taking pussy jumps.
He wants a double black diamond.
Are you okay? I did it. Are you okay?
That was sick. I did it.
Oh my God! I hope I got that on film.
Yeah, I hope you got it on film too, then they'll take your kid away. And some people are saying that he said that was friggin' sick. I hate when little kids say friggin'. Look, if you want to fucking say it, say it.
Drop the F-bomb.
I never said friggin'.
No, I don't like
F-bombs
that.
all the way.
By the way, go and check out on the iBang comedians tweet about the Golden Globes. It's a really funny thing when they put together the collection of all the shit that people say.
It's great because then you don't even need to be there while people are live tweeting. Just give me the besties.
The trailer to the doc Dying Laughing about comedy. Of course, Dave Chappelle was covering Nirvana with John Mayer. And Vito doing the piece that Conan's show may or may not be in jeopardy. It's being talked about. They may just have him do his specials.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I mean, that's pretty big news.
They might do weekly show, him do specials, and then him produce shows on TBS like he's doing People of Earth right now.
He's doing that already.
Yeah, but I mean like more shows like that, like putting on...
By the way, the star of People of Earth, right?
Yeah.
Wyatt
Snack
did a show with him the other night.
He's so funny.
He's so chill.
I saw him do a hindsight once.
How was it?
Very good. Very good hindsight.
He's the type of dude that reminds you like the old school thoughtful comedians.
Yeah.
He was one of my favorite Daily Show correspondents.
Who's your least favorite?
Least favorite? I don't know. I don't have a least favorite for that.
Was it Riggle?
No, Carell was weird back then when he was on Daily Show.
You didn't like Carell?
Not like his Daily Show correspondence was weird. Samantha Bee had one of my favorite Daily Show pieces I've ever seen. It was about Long Island wanting to secede from New York, and she was just interviewing Long Island juice heads, and it was so fucking funny.
They kind of don't belong in New York. I don't know where they would be. They can't be their own state.
It was just them pointing at their muscles, and they were saying...
But if they leave, we should just put up blocks at the tracks. They can no longer take trains in and out. And the Billy Joel thing has to stop.
Oh my gosh! And the bars are going to be so improved downtown.
Oh, Midtown bars? Jesus!
Did I tell you when something was coming up and I was making fun of Jersey people? When there are people from Jersey, I'm like, how many times you see Springsteen? And it was always a ridiculous amount. Everybody was laughing, and I go, it's no better than the fucking Long Island people with their Billy Joel thing, right? And I was going through Piano Man thing. So I'm leaving the fucking, after it. And the guy fucking goes like this. He stops me and goes, hey, seriously, what's your problem with Piano Man? Just go, stop it. Seriously, what's your problem with... Well, I'll tell you my problem with Piano Man right now. There's a line in it that he says, I'm talking with Davey, who's still in the Navy. How well does that work out for your fucking lyrics? There's a guy named Davey who happens to be in the Navy.
It took me a while to figure out. I think that they're alluding to they're a gay couple. Never had time for a wife. That guy. Plus, he's talking to Davey, who's still in the Navy.
First of all, I had never taken it as a gay thing because people that end up drunk at bars are people who, tend to be Not to say just Chris Stanley's, but Chris Stanley's.
Sure.
By the way, have you sat at a bar by yourself since you started drinking again?
No.
It's just for dating.
Just dating, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Have you met up with friends?
No.
He doesn't have friends anymore.
Oh, yeah, right.
He has the fucking Zito crew that he tags along with as their fucking, I don't know, pet giant dog.
What about when I wore a younger man's clothes? Do you like that line?
It's ridiculous. It's all dumb. Lyrics have never been something. Billy almost gets lyrics. You know what I mean? Like he'd come close to getting lyrics, but there's a laziness that takes place. There's a laziness that I'm going to just say, maybe not even lazy. He's satisfied sooner than Leonard Cohen would be or Paul Simon. You know what I mean?
You think he just goes with the first draft?
Yes.
He works out the rhymes, fills in the blanks.
Paul McCartney does the same thing. Done. You know what I mean? Like instead of, look, you got the melody, you kind of got a lyric going, but let's look at it a second time. So you won't say stuff like he's talking with Davey who's still in the Navy. So you think he's, by the way, I mean, I read rock journalism all the time. I've never heard anyone say that that's a gay song before you. And I'm blown away by this.
That one couple in particular, like those two guys, he starts like
and Paul is a real estate novelist.
Okay, Paul is a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife. That's Paul, right? And he's talking with Davey, who's still in the Navy and probably will be for life.
So why would you say that someone in the Navy is gay?
No, I'm saying the guy who never had time for a wife is hanging with like some sailor type.
But why do people think that sailors are gay when they never think a long time military? Like if you go back to that Coen Brothers thing, the whole we're shipping out to sea, it was this big gay scene, right? Like everyone does allude to the fact that sailors have a gay thing going.
Well, I was thinking more like sailors tend to be a little bit loose. You know what I mean?
They're
like,
assholes?
No, but I mean like they're a sexual type. So whatever may their preference be.
But why don't people say that about somebody that's a Marine or in the Air Force?
I don't know. They just have the thing of like they come into port.
Well, they're not locked in a boat just at sea for months at a time. Like the Navy.
Yes, but when you're in fucking Iraq, you're not seeing any fucking action.
But you can. There's like potential for random Iraqi women.
No, there isn't.
Hell no.
Matter of fact, it's fucking literally against the rules because it can fucking bring the whole thing down. There's no nightlife. There hasn't been a nightlife military-wise since Vietnam. That was the last time where you could get I'll just say, sucky or fucky, right?
Cool.
So that's a long time since you've had that situation where, hey, it's the end of a long day. Let's do some opium. Let's fucking drink. Who wants to blow me? That's not a man. But Gail won't commit to this. She brought it up, but she won't commit that there is this weird thing that people act like sailors are gay. Look, the fucking in the Navy, that whole thing. And the Navy was shocked by that. They're like, oh, fuck, a pop song for us? Yeah, we'll take it. And then when they found out that the village people were gay, they're like, well, why are they talking about being in the Navy? And it was like, how all you guys are gay.
Did it exist before that song?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That there is this weird thing where people think that sailors
is it the outfits?
Are gay. Maybe they were wearing bell bottoms before anyone. Steve in Houston.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a former Marine. I can give you some information on the Navy being gay.
Please do, Steve.
Okay. They use powdered soap. It's easier to drop and harder to pick up. That's why they're gay.
Right, see, there's already jokes that the Marines know about that. Steve, I appreciate you jumping in with this. And someone said, what is a real estate novelist? The point is, the real estate novelist, this guy's a realtor, but he really wants to be a novelist.
Oh,
right?
That's always been confusing.
So he's got
for
a
me.
novel go. This whole thing is confusing for you. I mean, this song is fucking 40 years old. It shouldn't be confusing to anybody by now.
It's played constantly, everywhere.
Now, can I ask, when the waitress is practicing politics, is she practicing politics like she's studying politics? Or is she practicing politics there at the bar and figuring out the politics
I
of
just
the
thought
room.
she was talking politics with patrons.
Yes,
Could be.
no, I thought that it's a political thing to be in that room, and then she's working towards tips. I thought that was
Okay, yeah.
like, here's another thing that fucking weirds me out. The guy who's making love to his tonic and gin, right? Who has a tonic and gin? You have a gin and tonic.
It doesn't rhyme.
Making love to his tonic and gin. And no one is fucking ever questioning this. And that song, when we were out the night that Chris went in the hospital, it was like a sing-along fucking place with really one of America's greatest entertainers, Donnie Love. And when he got to Piano Man, that fucking room sang it.
It went nuts.
But it was like crazy. It's like everybody was like a dead end kid, like, sing us a song, Piano Man. Everybody was really hitting
Sing
it up.
us a song. Yeah.
And everybody was taking their arms back and forth.
Swinging like beers that we didn't have in our hands.
And yes. But I was looking around the room. There were middle-aged people singing it, but also very young hipsters.
Yeah.
And probably singing ironically, but singing fucking hard.
Yeah, knowing every confusing lyric.
I mean, like I said, that's a 40-year-old song. That song wasn't being sung that way in bars in this fucking 70s, the 80s, the 90s. I would even say it wasn't sung hard at the turn of the millennium, but it's sang hard now.
You think it's grown in popularity?
Oh,
It
absolutely.
It's the Mets 8th inning sing-along song, too.
Yes.
Oh, that helps.
But why the whole country? You know, it's not like everybody is Let's Go, Mets Go. Turtle.
Maha, buddy.
Maha.
I can help you out here with the reason why most people think that well, let me say this. Many prior service and current service people consider the Navy boys to be a little sissy. It dates all the way back to, like, when they went wooden sailing ships and they had to hot rack. They would often not have enough bunks for each other, and there'd be two guys to a berth. So they'd literally be sleeping together. But the more current reasons would be, faggoty white uniform. They've got a goat for a mascot. They're stuck in a boat together all the time, nowhere to go. And mainly because they are.
Well, first of all, when it comes to I'm not, Turtle, as you know, I've sworn off the sexual slur there, but ice cream men wear a white uniform, and nobody's ever started anything about them.
Yeah.
They bring the boys.
I think it's probably more the bell bottoms and the little hats. But I mean, I guess there is a reputation of it's like a floating prison, and maybe they think it's prison rules on that thing.
I don't know why everybody considers it prison. You know what I mean? Like, no one says these things about astronauts, and they're in the fucking space shuttle together. And by the way, there's also women in the Navy. We've gotten past that point.
Yeah.
That we're realizing there's women in the Navy. And the Marines end up on a boat. The Navy takes them back and forth. Actually, the Marines are actually part of the Navy, right?
Yes, they are.
They originated from the Navy.
Not originated, but when you're a fucking Navy SEAL, you can come out of the Marines. They're under, I think, the Navy.
I thought they started in the Navy and then they branched out to their own term of branch.
But why do they still take terms of branch? When you go to the Naval Academy, right? You can go into the Marines as an officer. You don't have to go into the Navy.
But they also have the Marine Academy.
Where? What are you talking about? The Marine Academy. What are you talking about?
You're talking about like West Point
and Annapolis.
Yeah.
Annapolis is the Navy.
I thought Annapolis was Air Force.
Oh, come on, dude. You can't be in the fucking thing. If you're going to say the Annapolis is the Air Force, that's in Colorado. It's driving me nuts right now. Where are the guys at?
They're coming down. We're right here.
Rob, go ahead real quick.
Yeah, first of all, you're right. The Marines are a department of the Navy. They're their own entity, but they fall under Department of the Navy. They're the Navy's infantry. Navy doesn't have an infantry.
Thank you.
Also, I was a sailor, and now they got women on boats. I was on a boat with women and Marines, and I could tell you we had about 9 girls sent home for being pregnant, getting pregnant while on the boat.
All right. So there you have. They're
so they
impregnating other sailors.
We go out and drink and party kind of hard.
Yeah, you do. You guys, I mean,
Hey, Cutlass.
you're almost embarrassing when you get off a fucking boat. All right. Thanks. Louis J. Gomez and Dave Smith are in studio. Good to see you guys.
Hello.
We were just talking about why people do gay jokes about the Navy. I don't know whether either one of you guys know this.
Which the normal Navy? Or?
Yes, the normal Navy. I don't know. Was there another Navy that I don't know about?
Was there?
There's an admirable Navy.
Is there another Navy out there?
I imagine it came from just a lot of gay stuff happening in the Navy, no?
That's what we're trying to get to the bottom of.
What came first, like YMCA and the Village People, or the Navy?
Exactly.
It's the chicken or the egg. It's the age-old thing.
Well, first of all, I just pointed out, you guys are with Joe List are doing a show.
Joe, we kicked him off the show.
Okay, I don't know why this is on here then, Chris.
Should have been on there.
No, that's not Chris's fault. That was probably our fault. I think on the website it still says that Joe List's on the show. But Joe List, we kicked him off. Honestly, him and Mark Normand, we feel like they're great dudes and all.
Yeah.
But, just kind of interchangeable.
All right.
No real personalities.
Gotcha.
No, they say sell the sizzle, not the steak.
Yeah.
No sizzle, no steak with either of those guys.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
With either of those guys.
So skanks come in fucking shooting.
What they don't tell you about the Tuesdays with Stories guys is how boring they are the rest of the week. Okay, it's Wednesday through Monday, just
That's
nothing.
Terrible.
Well, I listen to the Wednesdays. They're just doing laundry on Wednesdays. By the way, out of all the skanks thing, that skanks hat is my favorite.
I love it.
cool,
It's
right?
great, right? The beanie.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that one before.
Yeah, it's very cool. We'll get you, Ron. You play your cards right. We can get you a Legion of Skanks beanie.
I don't to get too close to you guys. I end up getting the Tuesdays with Story treatment. You know what I mean? You guys, you treat people good from a distance. It's when you're close that
Yeah,
you treat
you got to
people like
keep
shit.
your hand on the Legion of Skanks head, so if we strike, we can't hit you.
I like that.
Yeah, but in Joe List's place in Detroit this Saturday night at the Hustler Club, we are bringing Nick Mullen, all sizzle,
all steak,
Zach Amico, all steak.
Now the Hustler Club. It sounds like a tough place to do a show.
Yeah, it's all card sharks.
Yeah,
people doing my thing with their knives, when they try to snap their fingers. It's a bunch of shady people.
And then you guys are taking us to Miami, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the Have Not comedy experience at the Open Stage Club. So yeah, what we're doing, here's the thing. Big J is too big for us, and we all know that now at this point. So me and Dave Smith, we're going to take a lot of the steam that Legion of Skanks has created, and we're going to go and take advantage of it ourselves. So
That's smart.
Yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah.
You know what? The same thing happened with Blink 182. You know what I mean? The same. You're like the Blink 182.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for a long time.
You're minus Tom DeLonge.
Yeah. Which one was Dave's wife with?
Black-haired guy.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who they all are.
Tom DeLonge, I think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know their
Eastside Dave's wife was once with a Blink 182 guy, right?
Sexually.
Yeah.
Yes.
But before she knew Dave. But it made him crazy while they were married. And
That's what made him crazy?
Here's the thing. They didn't know, but I had them both booked the same day. And then the Blink 182 guy and fucking Dave, when I told him, he was like, oh my God, I would have just started swinging at him. It would have been the greatest radio ever. I'm like, yes, that's what I wanted.
It was the one who's a conspiracy theorist?
That's Tom DeLonge, yeah.
The
one on the left there.
How
Yeah.
How conspiracy theorist? Because you got to keep up with it to really be a conspiracy. If you just think 9/11 was an inside job, that's
like
lame.
heavy UFO stuff.
You got to think the Earth is flat these days.
My big conspiracy is I never think that Stevie Wonder was blind. And I think it's bullshit because one time I threw a bowl up in front of him and he caught it.
I mean, look, he's a talented musician. I'm not taking that away from him.
yeah.
But the guy can see.
Yeah, that's why. That's how he could read music. I was like, how's he doing it? He's got the shit right there.
Makes sense. This is what I actually believe.
I understand that you're making an announcement today, Louis, about your engagement.
It's a huge announcement.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if we're ready for it on the show just yet.
All right, we're going to build towards
I think we should build towards to the end of the show.
Right.
And then I will make that announcement.
Just, it's not the end bomb. That's not why you're doing it at the end of the show.
Please don't do that.
I'm joining the N-word Navy. So long, folks.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, because Louis always seems to be ambitious, right, with his career. Are you, Dave? Are you an ambitious guy?
I think so. To some
I never
degree.
catch you
But
being
not,
ambitious.
Not like the way Lewis is. Lewis
Yeah.
is a much more like kind of business savvy guy than I am.
Right.
I'm not business savvy. I mean, I think I'm ambitious. Like I want to do a lot of things.
Right.
But I'm a little more. I'm kind of a head in the clouds kind of guy. Lewis
Right.
is more like
That's weed smoke, Dave.
Well, I'm not saying how I got there. I'm just saying my head's in the clouds.
Do you think he'd be more like you, Lois, if he wasn't smoking weed?
No, because Dave stopped smoking weed for a couple months, and I think he was less ambitious.
I turned into Lewis.
Yeah. No, I think most people, you forget most comics, but most people just in general aren't really ambitious, right?
You are, though.
Yeah, I think people are trained from a very young age to almost not be ambitious. They're almost trained to kind of like you go into the school system, you come into your 9 to 5 from fucking kindergarten on, and then people go and continue that on with their lives, and then they eventually look toward retirement.
Man, your school sucked. They kept you till 5. Are you sure you didn't just get a lot of detention?
But I think that people are in life. They're looking toward retirement, which is kind of a crazy concept for me. I've always kind of looked
until they get to the Louis J. Gomez seminar, and
but that's never stopping working doesn't inspire me or get me going. Like, I'm counting down the days to be done with this. Like, I want to know what the next thing is, the next kind of creative endeavor. So, and I think most people can't do that.
What's the dream? What's Louis J. Gomez's dream? 4-picture deal. You're writing, you're directing, you're acting.
Are you going to make Lewis cry by the end of this?
No, I hope so.
Not you. Not you, Ron.
I just want to be the dad that my dad wasn't to me, to my little boy.
I will be there for you. If you need that, I'll be there for you.
It's not your fault.
No, I just want to make a lot of money doing what I want to do. I don't want to ever get up and do something that I don't want to do. Like, I'm going to do a podcast after this, and I was telling Dave, I don't want to do it. So why the fuck am I doing it?
Whose podcast is it?
I don't want to say it. Tuesdays with Stories.
No, just write it down.
I'll write it down.
Yeah, write it down. I'm notorious for this. You can tell me any secret. I don't bring it up on the air. I'm notorious.
True.
He's very good with it.
I'm really good with it.
I think you probably know this guy too.
I don't think the word notorious would apply to a good secret keeper.
You know what? I never thought about it that way. I don't know if there's a word yet. We can come up with it. But seriously, the number of people I've driven to their abortions and I never bring it up. Wow. I'm real good that way.
That's
great.
so nice of you.
Yeah. I mean, how many secrets did I got of yours, Chris?
Oh, dozens.
And I have zero intentions of saying.
Thank you very much.
Zero intentions of telling anybody.
I gave you that.
But here's a good thing that I know that other than not announcing Chris when he comes on your show,
it's fucked up.
Which you guys know that story. But Chris is back drinking, and he's a Tinder dater now.
Yeah,
he
really?
took a year off after his chick broke up with him.
Yeah,
a year off dating and drinking.
11 months off drinking.
That's a long time.
I really don't even know that.
You don't know that, really?
Well, and how long were you off drinking?
11 months.
Was that the longest since you could start drinking?
Yeah, I think the 2 months was the longest before that.
Well, why only 11 months? Why? Because I'm going on 12 months on January 22nd. It'll be 12 months.
Great.
Okay. Was it for the hilarity of it? Did you go, I'm going to stop drinking, I'm going to start drinking again before the year, or you just broke down?
No, I broke down because I went on a date for the first time in 9 years.
No.
And I had fucking anxiety over it.
He had to have a drink to go on the date.
What was the drink?
Jameson.
So
straight Irish.
No,
whiskey.
this proves because a lot of people are always confused about alcoholism. Like, does it mean that you're blackout drunk every day? No, the real thing is if you need a drink to go on a date, that will just let you know that that's the alcoholic mentality.
Yeah. I get that though, because there's something about the whole like dating, hooking up, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You really, all those nerves that you have to live through really go away when booze is introduced. It all just becomes a blur, and then the next thing you know, you're either hooking up or you're rejected.
Like when I stopped drinking and I started going on dates, I was like, well, let's go out and get a drink. And I'm like drinking water while I'm watching her drink like a rapist.
Right.
Like just slowly waiting for it to...
Was she drinking like a rapist, or you were like a rapist?
No, I make her drink like a rapist.
Okay, good.
I was like, can you pull up your scarf just right below your eyes?
So you're in a real relationship now.
Yeah, we've been we go back and forth.
But that's so real that they just broke up and got back together.
That's real.
That's the realest type.
That's
I'm
pretty
saying this all the
serious.
time when comics date each other.
Yeah.
And then they both take it to the stage, which is weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The sex?
No, just the breakup, the talk, he needs a little help with that.
No, I think I got it.
You got it? You
Yeah.
sure? Because this, the weird thing here is...
I know. They still have to
this is the
replace
dumb-
that. Yeah,
This is the dumbest thing in...
I hate
you
him.
still have
Yeah.
that one.
What are you doing, Chris? You're making it worse.
Oh, Chris.
Just rips it off.
Beats Dave to
This is
death
why
with
these
it.
things don't work.
There we go. Thank you, Chris.
Chris, is that how you treated your Tinder date? Sort of shaking her around like that? Work.
Oh my God!
Work.
What do you want?
Someone get Chris a drink.
So sober dating difficult.
I think dating someone that's not also sober, it's a very weird, strange thing, and even having as a conversation piece, because that ends up being the first thing you start talking about. You start to go over the reasons why you're not drinking, and it sounds like you're lecturing them, even though you're not.
Right. People hate to hear that you're not drinking.
I just didn't want to be gross anymore, all fat and disgusting and sloppy. But yeah, for you, it's great.
I want to have control of my life and have my family respect me.
Not like you,
but
and
you
you're
know.
partying. But that is whenever you even turn someone down for anything like that. When someone says, one of the reasons why I tried to stay out of clubs for a long time is everybody was handing me Coke wherever I went. I know that's hard to believe in New York, but in Florida, a handshake could be a fucking
cocaine.
Yeah, would be cocaine.
That doesn't exist, by the way.
Done.
New York's not cool.
Yeah.
Like that whole era, I've been doing comedy for 12 years. That's never been a thing in New York City's comedy
Too
scene.
expensive.
Well, there's also a lack of smugglers here that
Yeah.
you run into. Like I had plenty of friends going, tonight, if you want to come out with me, you can make an extra $55,000. Just hold the machine gun. Don't even say a word. You're just going to be holding the machine gun.
For show.
Yeah. It's loaded. And if anything happens, point it. Just but you know, like, I knew plenty of fucking people who were like, there's a boat coming in. You know what I mean? And then that cocaine is handed around as if
it's like free cocaine.
Yeah, it's like cookies at that point.
Yeah. I know in California now it's like that with weed. Like
Right.
and you can't go to a show without people just offering you weed.
Right.
In California. But Coke I've never seen that since I've been in comedy. But what is this the 80s you're talking about? 'Cause that's what
80s, 90s.
every 80s comic, and they describe New York like that too. Every 80s comic I talk to, they're like, "Oh, you're doing stand up in New York. Oh, I was just doing blow in the back of Caroline's." And you're like, "Most of my friends jog and like they eat salad now." I don't know.
Yeah, like just the idea, like if I pulled out cocaine at a comedy club, I would feel as if I would get banned from that comedy club. Just in any club. Like literally if you just said, "Hey dude, I got some blow," and you pull that out of the table and the booker or the manager saw that, I would feel as if you would get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember once there was a club that was like giving me the no cocaine thing. I go, just stop fucking talking about cocaine. You're driving me nuts. And they said the week before.
Like, I didn't even want cocaine until you started talking about all these rules.
A guy, a well-known person, had this huge line, and while he was being announced, like a table-long line, he went snorting it on his way to the stage.
Oh, but the pageantry.
Yes.
I mean,
and I'll just say this.
That was the Hulk Hogan of cocaine users.
Yeah, and I didn't see it take place, but the person he says, I'll just say it was the Amazing Jay, and leave it at that. I'm not going to say the whole name, but he was running down the line as he was heading up, and apparently had, his set went a little gacked rather than comfortable. It was a little closer to gacked.
Like in New York, you're not really even supposed to get, like, I don't even see people getting hammered anymore, like getting drunk, like to a problem. I remember when I first started,
Sherrod? So go ahead. What were you saying?
But I'm going to be honest with you, it's rare. There's a handful of people where you'll see them really obliterated on stage, and if you do see them, it'll be a problem. If Sherrod's drunk on stage, and honestly, I don't really see Sherrod getting hammered that much. We smoke weed a lot together, but if he was hammered on stage, the conversation would be like, "Oh, Sherrod's fucking blasted right now."
Right.
Nobody's going like, "Oh, rock and roll lifestyle." Like that doesn't really exist in the New York comedy scene. Everyone in New York seems very almost like career oriented and takes it kind of like uber seriously right now.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah, it really is.
It's really sad because that's it
is actually sad.
It almost goes back to that 9-to-5 lifestyle you're talking about. When you turn comedy into that, what's the whole fucking point of doing it?
Yeah.
And then you know that there's guys out there that are very successful who would have been just as successful if they opened up fucking laundromats.
Well,
right?
100%.
There's
it's actually probably easier to open a laundromat successfully than to become professional.
It's like when people were going after Kurt for what he was saying,
Right.
you know, and all that stuff. And they're like, well, what if somebody was, you know, a rape victim and then they heard Kurt Metzger and then and you're like, is this what comics are supposed to be to you? Like
Right.
sensitive now? We're supposed to be like the sensitive, healthy, like social justice warriors. Is that we're supposed to punch up instead of down?
Yeah,
It's
all that fucking
So
chaos
awful.
and the drugs and the alcoholism. It's like then you find like these crazy moments and these like crazy interesting people that I think the guys that are kind of straight laced and kind of playing by the rule book, you're not going to really get that same type of funny.
All right, this is the perfect setup. Pete Holmes' new show, right? I didn't even know that Pete was the fucking background that he has, right? That he was like a religious kid and really kind of anti-sex before marriage and all this. And it's him and Artie in this fucking thing. And Artie is living the way that we're talking about. And it's fucking hilarious to see these two guys and think, oh, they're in the same business. You know what I mean? Like, there's no other business that those two guys would be in a car together.
Right.
You know?
That there's just another way to do that job.
And, you know, there was a time where people never thought, oh, Artie, he's crazy.
Yeah.
And they would just think, oh, he's a comedian. I mean, the Kinnison stuff, we talked to all the outlaws and shit. All the Kinnison stories are fucking hilarious, and not one of them would exist today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's comedy in general is kind of built that way. You go to a comedy show, you'll get a fucking 60-year-old woman, and you'll get like a dude who just spent time in prison, and they're showing up to do the same thing for the same reason. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's one of the only types of things that happens with.
But the audience is even that way. Like, you will get young people, and you'll get retired people. You'll get white people and black people. A black comic comes up, and then a feminist white girl comes up. I mean, music hasn't been that way at least since the 60s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, the problem with the drugs thing is that it also, you know, those comics die. So they're not around as long. Like, Geraldo was that guy of our generation, but he's dead now. Like, he really was just a brilliant comic who had those stories. I mean, dude, I remember going on the road and, like, the story would be like, oh, Geraldo was here last weekend and, like, a guy shot at him. And then by the end of the weekend, he was hanging with that guy.
He fucked the end of a shotgun. He didn't even care.
He's like, but literally, I'm not even exaggerating. It was me and Jay in Detroit, and the story was that Geraldo got shot at the weekend before, and that then it was Thursday night. He was there Thursday through Sunday. Thursday, he got shot at. Sunday, he had the guy who shot at him in the front row as his guest at the club. Like, he turned it into a I'm hanging
Next time
with
he
that
came
guy.
back, that guy featured.
Yeah. Hey, House of Pain.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet Jesse Joyce.
But that also has to come from the popularity, the amount of people, the tremendous amount of people who are interested in doing comedy now.
Yeah.
It makes somebody who wants to be successful at it take it more seriously. Like, that same thing happened with filmmaking, where it could kind of be a loose thing and let's experiment and figure it out, until so many young people are like, I want to be a filmmaker, and then suddenly film school became like an intense situation, as opposed to, you know, kind of people who are just trying to experiment.
I also think it's this, right? It's like when Amy Schumer breaks out, she's not just doing 3 or 4 times more money than everybody else. You know what I mean? She's doing millions times more. You know what I mean? Like, there's this giant leap that's unfucking believable. Like, you look at Kevin Hart and you go, is he a million times better than any other comic in the country? But he probably makes that kind of fucking money.
Yeah.
You know, it's insane how much more money there is to make.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I think, yeah, and then honestly, it's most people aren't going to. 99.9% of people aren't going to ever get there. But I also think it's pretty fair, because if you're pretty funny and you kind of work hard, you'll probably make a living in stand-up comedy. And that's like, we complain so much about how much, you know, it sucks to not make a lot of money and struggle with your bills. You're like, dude, we're fucking telling jokes. Like, it's pretty incredible that I get to come and speak into a microphone and somebody would pay me to do that in any capacity ever.
Well, you see it all the time, man. It's like, and it's not, I mean, I think it's true in radio or just any other type of like show business or something like that. But even I remember back in the day, you know, when O&A would take their contract beefs to air, and they'd be like furious about that because they were looking at Stern and like what he's getting for this, and it's just always like that. If you explain to anybody else, if you showed anybody else O&A's contract and they get that for talking shit a few hours a day, you'd be like, that's insane. I mean, but when you're in it, you're always kind of looking at the next guys. Lewis is right. I mean, if you make a living off this stuff, you're beating the system.
It's unbelievable to make a living off of it.
Yeah.
All right, here's another thing that changed everything, I think, for the comic lifestyle. Instagram, right? It used to be, if you were a touring comic, You had a chick in Birmingham. You had a chick in Atlanta. You had one in fucking. You know what I mean? Like even if it was just the waitress.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You
Wink,
could
wink,
have-
wink. Used to be.
Yeah. But now that same fucking chicks go and put this stuff up on Instagram and blow up all your fucking spots all over.
It's definitely harder to cheat than ever before.
If you want to cheat, you need to you need a real pig. You need a girl that just has no moral compass, and she looks at you and says, hey, you know what? Like, it turns me on for you to cheat. And that's your chick, and you need to make sure that you guys never text each other. There's no type of paper trail. You don't Facebook each other. You call. You say, hey, I'm going to be in Birmingham. Meet me at the hotel. We're going to fuck.
Lewis is only cheating with third world chicks at this point. Like, you got to not own a smartphone.
I was going to say, this is the most Puerto Rican statement I've ever heard. Nobody would even go that Puerto Rican.
I was going to plug.
Oh, that's nice.
Louis J. Gomez and Dave Smith are in studio. They'll be doing a live Legion of Skanks with Nick Mullen and Zach Amico at the Hustler Club in Detroit this Saturday, January 14th at 9 p.m. Go to hustlerclubvip.com for tickets. And they'll be in Miami at the Open Stage Club. Go to openstageclub.com for tickets. That's January 21st at 8 p.m.
Havenotscomedy.com for tickets. They don't have it on Open Stage Club.
What the hell is going on with this? This is not you, dude. This isn't you.
Not you.
Because Vito wrote the plug. That's
You know, here's the thing. The dating has taken your eye off the ball. You used to be like a monk, like a radio monk, focused on your work.
Yeah.
And now it's constant dating.
It's like, Chris, I'm not your dad. If you're going to fall off the wagon, that's fine. But when you start bringing it into work and you're
Right.
sloppy and you're stumbling around the office.
If you're going to cheat, you need a girl like, what's the Metallica video? Like, Johnny Get Your Gun? Like, you need a girl that's just like, she can't even tell anything's going on. She's just in her head saying, I like this. And she can't reach out to anybody.
Dude, you know we moved on from the cheating talk, right? You're so focused on how to cheat. We went to two other subjects. I'll tell you another thing about cheating. I mean, you gotta.
Here's a way to do it, my friends.
You know?
I'll tell you, it can be done. It can be done. But it requires focus.
Now, Dave Smith and I will always be like Vietnam buddies because we went through a horrible experience together, thanks to a terrorist named Ari Shafir.
Yeah.
And what happened on the Legion of Skanks?
You know, again, it's like telling the story of pulling bodies out of the rubble. It's not something you like to relive, but you feel an obligation,
Right.
a sense to country.
Yeah.
Ari gave Jay a present for his birthday, and I'll tell you, I got a hint because Sal leaned into me, and Sal Volcano from the Impractical Jokers, and he leaned in and with a very scared look on his face, like he was, you know, like a first responder 9/11 type look, and he goes, "It's human shit." I think the gift is human shit. And I went, what? And I actually went.
Well, they had pitched
in my
that
head.
idea to the Impractical Jokers, and they passed on it.
Really?
So he knew
They
the
passed on
whole
that. True TV
concept.
passed it.
Yeah.
All right, so I can't. No balls over there.
Yeah.
So he goes, "It's human shit," and I remember thinking to myself, "No, it's human shit." Ari wouldn't get. And then I got to about there in the statement, like Ari wouldn't, and then I, quick roll who Ari Shafir is, and I went, of course that's exactly what this is. There's no other answer. So I got a little bit of a jump start out of the gate. But
I like
then,
that you didn't help anyone else, though.
it was way beyond the point of saving anybody else. This was an active shooter situation. You try to save yourself, and
Right.
everyone's on their own.
It was close to really being an active shooter. I mean, people scrambled in the same way that you scramble for an active shooter. There was no different. And the waves of that smell.
It's so real.
I mean, I think that you could have been under his ass and had him shitting down on you. And it wouldn't have supposed to be because it was stuck in that airtight.
It was in a hot box.
Yes, for days, I guess. I don't know.
When I was a kid, I used to have a little canteen cup, and I used to fart in it and put it in the freezer.
Smart.
And then days later.
Yeah. But why the freezer?
I don't know. I wanted to know
where your mom kept food.
Hope this experiment was gonna go.
I'd love to join chess club, but I got my own little experiment I'm working on after school.
That's Puerto Rican science he was doing.
A cold fart. There's something about a cold fart that I thought was really funny to me. So I go open it at my sister to throw a cold fart at her.
Did it work?
Yes, it did. That fart would stay in that fucking canteen for days.
By the way, Lewis, this is why I love Lewis, and he's my best friend. 11, 12 years of friendship later, he's still got things like this that I've never heard
Wait,
before.
You're telling me the experiment worked?
Yes. Yes, 100%.
Wow.
So here's
That's
the thing.
amazing.
It wasn't an experiment. It was more of a hypothesis of mine.
Lewis is a very talented comedian. I know you've seen him a million times, Dave.
Of course.
He's never written anything as good as throwing a
He's still trying to he's still trying to get back to that original.
He's chasing that frozen fart.
It really is true though. You'll never quite capture anything as funny as that on stage. You'll try to
When
get
your
close.
sister walks by and goes, "Hey Jenny, you want some?" She goes, "What? Frozen fart?" He's throwing it right in her face.
He goes, does that taste like stale frozen fart? Goddamn right.
But you know that when we were all running out of that room and we were racing out, I looked over my shoulder to see if anyone was down. You know what I mean?
Big mistake.
But I saw Ari just screaming and laughing and rolling back and forth, and I saw his face, and it was
He's like the Joker.
no, it was the Columbine face. It was those shooters. What was it?
Klebold.
Yes, he was Klebold, where he was just. He couldn't have felt like he really felt like he pulled off the master thing, and I mean, it couldn't have worked any better.
No.
What it did to that room was amazing.
I'm going to be honest with you. The gods were with us that day because Jay, I watched the episode, okay, and Jay, like 5 times throughout the episode, went to go open that box. And had they opened it in the first 5 minutes of the show, it literally might have ruined the show. I don't know how they would have gotten everybody
No,
back.
you wouldn't have got anyone back in there. The smell was
So
too
that
bad.
would have been it. So it was just divine intervention that Jay didn't open it until the hour and 40-minute mark.
But do you think Ari would have stopped him before he opened it? Like, hey, open it later? He
I don't
would have
think
let it
Ari
happen.
cared at all about the show.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting.
The slightest.
Yeah. And then the other thing that fucked me up is that your MMA buddy was there. What's his name? The kid that fought?
Mickey Gall.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
Gall was
so
there that day.
Mickey Gall was there, and I met him. What a sweet fucking kid. I mean, just an amazingly sweet kid.
Handsome.
Oh.
And then
He's a doll.
I had to go back and watch him fight, and I found myself fucking kind of terrified that the kid was going to get hurt. I
It's
wish I
weird.
never fucking met him.
Can I tell you, I've been me and Lewis have talked about this a lot, but I've been a big MMA fan for years, but only really in the last year, like, Lewis hosts the show with Michael Bisping here on Sirius Radio, The Countdown, and I'm on that show a lot, and Bisping's come in and done Legion of Skanks, and Mickey Gall has come in, and we've, like, become friends, and it is such a different thing.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable to watch a fight when you're actually kind of friends with the guy. You feel the shots more. You're worried about them more. You know, normally if I was a Mickey Gall fan, I'd just kind of be like, I hope he gets a top 10 guy now. And now I find myself going like, give him another 2.
Maybe
fight,
you're
like
done.
that.
Maybe you're done. You know, walk away. Why keep doing it? Because you see, he's such a fucking good kid. And that kid, that kid that he was fighting, it was like a white supremacist. He was fucking scaring the shit out of me with his videos and stuff. I'm like, I don't want him to get his fucking hands on Mickey. And Mickey
Turn into Adrian. You can't win, Mickey.
Yeah, I know. It's got to stop. But you know, he had like Blade Runner, fucking blood across his eyes.
Yeah.
And it was fucking freaking me out.
Isn't it a weird thing? Because like in life, like if Dave got punched in the face and he was bleeding, right, that would really fuck me up. That would be like, oh shit, my buddy Dave is hurt, and
Would never happen. I'd crush those guys.
Good.
But like in the professional setting, like I can watch that. The blood doesn't bother me at all. It's just a part. It's the same thing as sweating to me.
To me, what I hate most about that sport is the fucking elbow shit that they fucking grab the person and fuck up their elbow, or
like the jujitsu aspect where they hyperextend the limbs.
I can't stand a hyperextension.
Nah, I
It
don't
fucking
see
hurts
that.
me if I watch it.
Yeah.
I can't watch it because I don't like all the sounds. Like
What kind of sounds?
Like I feel like you can really hear the hits.
Yeah, it's an ugly.
No. That's
Yeah.
like not
Right.
that. It's just like the sound of like meat.
Yeah.
Like-
that?
Yeah.
Like,
That sounds like
ugh.
masturbation.
You just hear the top of a head get hit.
Yeah. Yeah, like the top of the head hitting like
Right.
the back of a mat.
Yeah, but when you really consider like football, because you guys both watch football, right? When you consider what those guys, these giant 380-pound fucking black monsters, are just running at
That's
each
racism.
other.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
Probably
racist,
not
dude.
technically what they like to be called.
They're not human. They're not like us.
Black monster.
They're a different species from us. One that we must keep down.
Unless we can control them
That
in a
kid
certain
that
environment.
got hit yesterday, Jordy Nelson, right?
Yeah.
So he gets tackled. The second it happened, I go, that's his fucking spleen. Because it looked like he just took the helmet to the lower back And now they say it's broken ribs,
Two
spleen
broken
is
ribs.
ruptured.
But that's happening almost every weekend. There's some crazy injury like that, like real deal internal injury, head trauma.
Yeah.
In MMA, I guess the jury's still out, but I think we associate punching and kicking with violence so much that it's hard for people to watch. But what that guy went through in that football game, I guarantee is worse than anything than any mixed martial artist you've ever watched went through.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's far more often, because I'm a big fan of both football and MMA. I'll say those moments where you got to like kneel and pray happen a lot more in football, where there's actually like someone taken out. There's someone who's gone like people being paralyzed, stuff like that. I've seen far worse, more over the top injuries in football.
High school kids, middle school kids. I mean, that's happening all the time. People are being.
We'll pick this up. I got a break for a second. Chris is way behind today.
Need a break.
Bennington.
Welcome back to Bennington. Louis J. Gomez and Dave Smith are in studio. Louis and Dave will be doing a live Legion of Skanks at the Hustler Club in Detroit this Saturday, January 14th at 9 p.m. with guests Nick Mullen and Zach Amico. Go to hustlerclubvip.com for those tickets. Then they'll be in Miami at the Open Stage Club Saturday, January 21st. Go to havenotscomedy.com for tickets.
I think it's great the way you guys are taking this out there. It's really a lot of fun for you guys, man.
Yeah, it's the best. I love going and meeting the fans on the road and stuff.
Now,
Crazy.
do you guys do stand up in front of them, or do you do?
We do a
the
stand up
skank
show, and then we'll do a live podcast afterwards.
Great.
So yeah, we do stand up with the show that you're going to see in Detroit. It's me and Dave will do probably about a half an hour each. We co-headline, and then Nick and Zach will probably do like 15 to 20 minutes each, opening up the show. And then the stripper. I mean, the Hustler Club is a great strip club as well.
Right.
It's not like your rinky-dink local yokel strip club. It's the premium brand, Hustler magazine. So
these are hot Detroit chicks.
Yeah,
sure.
Looks like like what you get if you win an Eminem freestyle battle or something like that.
That
You
sounds
get,
fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And while that's happening, Big J is going to be singing rock somewhere, right? He's singing.
He's doing something.
Big J is only really dabbling in comedy these days.
Yes.
It's mostly singing rock songs.
It's true passion.
I don't know what day he's supposed to be doing that. I do want to check to see how he did. Because I saw Roy Wood Jr. fucking snapped a little bit of his.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think that he picked the right song. He did Don't You Forget About Me.
Oh, wow.
And that's a harder song. We saw him just do Taking Care of Business, which any man could do. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you want to do. You want to sing a song that a man can sing.
We need it to be because I can't sing, but I was in musical theater. I don't know if you guys do this about me.
Yes, I saw you on stage before.
You did see me. So here's the thing, right? If you can't...
This is a weird kid.
If you don't have a lot
Did I
of
just
range,
get mugged by that musical theater kid?
You still need to be able to catch like the staccato-y type of rhythm to a song. So if you can't sing, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of business. Doesn't matter what the notes are.
Someone's made to be singing your voice.
Exactly. But there's certain songs where you need to hit notes, and then it becomes a whole problem.
That.
Yeah.
All right, I'm being told that Jay is Wednesday night. Nice. Wednesday night. That's it.
Yeah, well, we'll be doing Legion of Skanks. Jay will be off living his dreams.
You
know.
I don't know whether he's doing Billy Idol again.
Yeah, I think he should. I think he absolutely should.
And it would be great if Billy could show up. Or that guitar player Billy Idol have. What's his name? Steve something? He's fucking amazing.
I'll find out.
I think he's no, you don't need to. Okay. We'll just leave it as nobody knows. That's what we'll do with it.
Got it.
Now, we're getting closer to this announcement about your engagement. No one thought that we were going to see you taken off and married, but I think it's going to be great.
This is
Congratulations. That's so great.
Huge announcement here, guys.
Yes.
Me and Dave Smith. Mm-hmm. There's no huge announcement. I just said that so people would tune in. I'm going to be honest.
I was going to say, dude, I thought there was an announcement I didn't even know.
You must have an announcement of something.
I thought it was something that pertained to me.
There's always something happening.
Come on, man. This
Because
is
they're
my
never going
life.
to trust you again when you have
That's
an
true.
announcement.
I should announce something because I do always announce stuff, and I always have something in the pocket to announce.
Now, by the way, I think there was an announcement and you bailed.
Is that what happened?
I think you got nervous.
No, I swear to
No,
God.
but I'm worried about the effect Ron was talking about. That now, if you have a big announcement, you're going to be the boy who cried announcement.
Can I tell you what
Then
happens?
people are like,
Nobody-
oh, maybe he's not going to be at the Hustler Club. Maybe that's another one.
No. Here's what I do, right? I go, all right, I'm going to come up with an announcement. This is what I thought. When I originally wrote that, I was like, I'll figure something out between now and them to announce, right?
No problem. Announcement, Lewis. Announcement. Announcement. What do we got here?
I forgot about the announcement until I sat down at this table and you mentioned my big announcement.
Right.
Then I was like, shit, I better
Announcement. Is that a cookie? Oh, sweet.
Then I was like, all right, I better come up with an announcement by the end of the show. So engaged with the show, forgot to come up with an announcement in real time by the end of the show.
You know what we got to do? We got to do another one of those comedy 101s for you. You were there for the beginning of it all.
I was there for the first one.
Yeah.
I was the one who came up with the idea to steal Kill Tony. You guys remember I came to you guys behind the scenes? I was like, there's this show.
How is that even close?
There's this show called Kill Tony. We can't call it Kill Ron, but that's one of the ideas. We didn't completely take that off the table.
What is funny is like you could probably have said of Kill the Gong Show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It might be closer to that. Or what's the one that they did on fucking NBC that...
I auditioned at the comic strip.
Last Comic Standing.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
I auditioned at the comic strip years ago, and they did a show. It was a live stream. It was before there was like video podcasting, and nobody was really live streaming, but this was the thing they did back in the day.
I remember, yeah.
And this has to be 8-9 years ago.
Patrice used to do it.
Yeah, but the same concept. I remember it was Vic Henley was judging me. Can you fucking believe that?
Yeah.
Corey Kahaney and somebody else, and I went up. I did 5 minutes, and then they fucking judged me. They made fun of me, and you either got past or you didn't get past, and it was an internet show. So,
and you didn't get past?
No, I did get past. I got past for late nights. I won the contest.
Fuck yeah. I love that. That's the announcement. You are past.
I was past at the comic strip 8 years ago, and they never worked me.
Lewis is working late nights at the comic strip in 2006, everybody.
Here's why they never worked here is because they haven't had enough people to do a show ever since.
That's true.
We're going to cancel the first show. No, I don't know what's happening. I'm sure it's doing great.
Congrats on being passed, though. The show's canceling.
I love Comedy 101. I would love to come back on.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
We should do a special Legion of Skanks version of it.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. I know.
People don't know though. I think you have to let some of the I remember I was at the Creek and this girl came in so upset.
Yeah.
So upset directly following a Comedy 101.
Well, Dan is supposed. What girl was it? Dan was supposed to tell everybody.
Yeah. And give them the heads up.
But
no, this girl thought this was her big opportunity.
Well, good.
And then she thought there was just some mean people ruining her opportunity.
Do you know her name?
I don't, but I could get it for you.
Yeah, get it for me because
I think she got into it with Bonnie.
Yeah, we had her on.
The girl with big tits. Yeah, we had her on.
You know what would be great? If you get her info, you call her up before we do this next one, you go, no, that wasn't an opportunity. But this one is really an opportunity. This time, you've really got a big opportunity.
All right, so if we do one with the Legion of Skanks, who are we going to get to fill in for Jay? Who could be...
Mullins still around?
Yeah. Because I just text Jay, and I said, want to do 101 with that? And he goes, what about a bonfire?
Yeah.
Well, that's where his focus is these days, which is cool.
4 days a week now, right?
Yeah.
Good for them.
What about you guys? Just still once a week?
Cut it in half. Cool. We cut the workload in half.
I don't need the whole serious radio that you guys hold on to. There's like, I'm in everybody's car, and I have dental, and all this other bullshit.
The only reason any of us are here. So
I had a bad tooth problem.
There's a regular fucking paycheck.
There really is no dental in podcasting. I'll tell you right now. To break it down.
Yeah. If you fall and hit your eye in podcasting, you're on your own.
So my dental.
It's a great episode, but that's about it.
I'm on the Louis J. Gomez Creek in the Cave dental plan. It's they take me in the back room there. It's not good.
So make your announcement. Make an announcement.
Like a really good one.
All right, this is going to be it, guys. Huge announcement. Okay. All right, no. I got one.
Yeah.
The brand new podcast to Gas Digital, Believe You Me with Michael Bisping, starting in February.
All right.
Hey, look at that.
There you have it. How's Gas Digital doing, by the way?
It's doing great. We're to be honest with you, it's fucking way better than we thought it could have been going.
That's
we had
great.
no idea. When we started doing it, we had a specific goal in mind for a certain amount of money, a certain amount of followers, listeners, and we've exceeded that by far already.
By 6 people.
Yeah, that's it. So easy.
Wasn't I invited to go do a show? Whose show?
Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll with Ralph Sutton and Big J. Ogerson.
I'm going to go and do that.
Why don't you do High Society Radio? They have their show on the network.
Never once asked me.
They've never asked him.
And he's never asked his guys to come in here. He doesn't.
I would love to have those guys in here.
Is that true, Chris Stanley?
Yes. Here's funny about Ralph had said he wanted to plug some stuff. So he said to Chris, I want to go and do the show. Chris let him ask for months and months and months without once telling
We were
me.
very busy. We had a very, very
There's
busy
never
time.
time that
Pepper,
we-
why are you keeping my boys down? And
Yes.
promote his shit and the whole network. Not only his network, but Chris's show as well.
Yes.
You know, it's interesting because I'm friends with Johnny and Chris, and I've wondered why their careers have never taken off, and now I know it's because
He
they're being
doesn't
held
wanna
back.
mix. And, Johnny was my intern fucking, 8, 9, 10 years ago.
He was still
Probably
50.
before
It's
you.
weird.
And, yeah. And you never even bring Johnny around.
I would love to have them in. That would be a fun day.
You
High
say
Society
why
Radio.
now?
Let's pick a date right
Let's
now.
pick a
High
day.
Society Radio Day.
And why won't you have me on there?
I would love to have you come on.
Because I'm going to ask your friend Chris what actually happened with you.
Is that
none of your old friends will be friends with
Maybe
you.
that's why he doesn't want you to go on.
He doesn't like to mix worlds. He doesn't. I had to take him to do East Side Dave's show, and then I just heard from Don that he's furious about you doing that.
He's pissed?
Yeah, he says that's going to come up when you're...
Even when you mention High Society Radio, it makes him kind of uncomfortable. He's
Right.
fidgeting in his chair.
Yeah. He doesn't know how to cheat. That's the thing.
Why?
You need to teach him.
We're about to be. We need to.
What?
The show's about to end.
You don't know how to say wrap it up.
Wrap it up. We need to wrap
Because
up.
Opie needs to use the studio, and
Yes.
off we go.
Yes.
So it's that simple to say.
Louis J. Gomez and Dave Smith have been in studio. Louis and Dave will be doing a live Legion of Skanks with Nick Mullen and Zach Amico at the Hustler Club in Detroit this Saturday, January 14th at 9 p.m. Go to hustlerclubvip.com for tickets.